everybody, and welcome back to Encounter Roleplay and Vampire the Masquerade Fall of London. We're back today for our second episode with the full cast and crew. So let's head round, remind ourselves of who we are and who we're going to be playing today. Let's start with Adam. How you doing today?
Hey there, I am Call of Cthulhu. I'm playing Jacob, and I am an Nosferatu.
Excellent.
I don't just really like bandages.
The bandages are unrelated, yeah. No.
I'm actually a corridor, but I'm really, really shy.
Just dressed up like a mummy all the time. We got Jess with us today. Jess, how you doing?
Oh, hi. Hi, I'm Jess. I'm playing Rahat, the Tremere scientist and blood enthusiast. That's it.
Yes. Very enthusiastic about blood. And you're not the only one, because we've got Amelia with us today, who's also enthusiastic about blood. I don't know.
Hey, come on. We're all enthusiastic about blood here.
I love having it in my body.
I'm Amelia. I am playing Lillian Whitlock, the Ice Queen Victorian dominatrix Toreador, who got her toilet thoroughly clogged last week. Thanks, Jacob.
Hey, that's no problem. Anytime. Seriously.
It's not a euphemism.
Nope.
It really was a real bad bit of cloggage from our good friend Jacob there.
Man, that was elegant. That was like a layer fucking cake, I'll tell you.
Yeah. There was some impressive clogging. Well done.
Yeah.
Not like flush and it's
Chef's
done. There was like artistry there, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A Toreador would almost respect it as an art form.
Yeah.
It wasn't so irritating.
Coprophiliac toreadors are so common.
Well, we have Pro Restarter back with us tonight. Pro, how's it going, my friend?
It's going really good. Happy to be back. I'm playing Takhet Itet Menhet, Pharaoh Ventru, and looking to kind of explore London and see what's about. And if anyone knows me, find more Holly.
Yes, there will be many Hollies tonight, I'm sure. We've got Lindy back with us today. Lindy, how you doing?
I am doing super spiffy. I am excited about today, and I am playing Ulrika, a Viking vampire who is also from Clan Gangrel and is very enthusiastic about blood in many different forms, drinking it, making art, painting the walls with it, painting whole swaths of battlefields with it. She might have slight violent tendencies.
Little bit.
Just a little bit, slightly.
Well, and speaking of painting the walls with it, Gareth is...
Actually, no, hold on a second. I need more information on that one. Like, is that a cast? Is it a compliment? Like, what is that?
You
Is it
decide,
surrealism?
I'll leave that
Join
up to
my
our viewers.
OnlyFans and you'll find out.
Oh,
So I'm Gareth. I'm going to be playing Sequin. He is your favourite Brujar biker boyfriend. And that's it.
Hell yeah. Well, that's myself. I'll be the storyteller for tonight. But before we head into today's episode, I remind you guys, we are, of course, sponsored here today by Modifius Entertainment. And, of course, Vampire the Masquerade. So go check out The Fall of London. This is the adventure that we're playing at the moment, the chronicle that we're playing, rather. It takes you all across London in the year 2012. So if you want to relive the great year that was 2012, or just have some great vampire adventures in London, then go ahead and check it out. !FOL in the Twitch chat, links in the description on the YouTube and in podcast. And generally, go check out Vampire 5th Edition. We're having a lot of fun of it over on modifius.net. What else? We are, of course, sponsored here today by Fancy Grounds, our virtual tabletop of choice. So if you want to go and check that out, you can head over there, download the free demo version to check it out. Maybe jump in one of our free meat grinder games and test out Fancy Grounds for yourself. We do those every month. And of course, wellinggames.co.uk is the best place to get all of your wargaming needs, whether that's dice, miniatures, wargaming terrain and stuff like that. I got everything over there. Really go and check that out over on winninggames.co.uk. But I'll do a quick recap, I guess, of what happened last time on episode 1. If you missed it, you can go, of course, back onto the YouTube channel. There's a playlist over there, and you can go watch back. And our session 0 if you want to learn more about the characters who are with us today. But essentially, these guys woke up from a long time in torpor, and we're introduced to some blood after a long time going dry, as it were. They met a couple of NPCs, Adelino da Silva, who helped wake them up and gave them a quick précis of what was happening. The year is 2012. They're in London. They were lost for a while, but a certain archaeologist vampire by the name of Darius Shirazi managed to uncover them. They're all a part of a cult of Mithras. When they went to sleep, Mithras was about, but now he's dead. And things are a whole lot worse. But they were left a letter by the current head of the Mithraic cult, and they've been asked and charged with the task of finding several Mithraic artifacts. They don't know why, although Takat suspects that this may have something to do with resurrecting Mithras. And so they learned that Queen Anne is the current Prince of London, and they were invited to a soiree, a big vampire gala happening, tomorrow night in game time. And so they've decided to go get themselves cleaned up after a quick jaunt through the sewers, led by our good friend Jacob. They arrived back at Lillian's old home, which she's had kept in touch and up to scratch by a team of cleaners and butlers. They managed to get their way back in there. Jacob ended up clogging up toilets. Rahat ended up looking into some of the new technologies that were about in the world, because mobile phones were a new concept for the Kindreds. But they managed to learn a little bit from Holly, who is now basically one of Takat's followers. We also decided that Holly was the name of any and all of Takat's followers. That appears to be canon now. We ended off with the party heading off in various different directions because they've been in torpor for so long. They sort of need to reconnect with some of their connections, NPCs, and the world in general. So we actually left with Lillian alone in her house at last, blissful silence away from the rest of the coterie. But essentially, tomorrow night they've got a big party and gala to attend for Queen Anne, and it has been mentioned that they might want to bring her a gift, as is custom. And so whatever that gift is sort of open to interpretation. They've got a couple of ideas about what they might look to give her in order to impress the current Prince of London. So let's kick off. I believe Rahat and Takat and Ulrika went together. Not Ulrika, my memories.
Panda.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So Quinn, Jacob, and Ulrika together, Rahat and Takat together, and Lillian is on her own in the house. Let's go with the first 3, then we'll go to Rahat and Takat, and then we'll go to Lillian, because it's nice in order on my current screen. So, Jacob, Sir Quinn, and Ulrika, where are you headed off to, / what are you guys up to?
So I think I'd asked Jacob to take Sir Quinn to Wilkes's Avenue in South London, where he had a garage under the arches of an old train track, where he used to keep his stuff, and he just wants to see what's together, and if anyone's left anything for him, any instructions for him when he wakes up. And then I think he's agreed to follow Jacob to wherever Jacob lives. I think that's what we ended up with.
Yeah, you can come. Okay. You can come to my hovel if you want.
And then Ulrika, I think, was going to tag along to keep us out of trouble.
Sure.
Out of, sure, yeah. Trouble is right, but
all right.
Yeah,
look, if we meet anybody, you tackle her, and I'll run.
Yeah. And so for reference, the hour is just about 1 a.m. You spend some time at Lillian's place, sort of getting ready and getting yourselves reacquainted with one another. So you head off. I assume you're taking the sewers, Jacob. Is that correct? Yeah.
Not least of which because Ulrika can't be trusted around people.
Also, Ulrika is Let me take a moment back here. What is Ulrika wearing, if anything, right now? Because it's been a couple of weeks. I remember at one point Ulrika was covered in blood. Another point Ulrika was
Yes.
naked.
Yes.
And now she's in something that Lillian gave her, I think?
Yes, Lillian gave her a suit to wear. She's been wearing it for about, I think, maybe 10, 15 whole minutes now, and she's already not a fan. Shoulder pads are weird. They don't provide any protection. What's the point?
Right.
Yeah, so she's wearing it because clothes are considered a necessity by a lot of people, and but she's keeping an eye out for if we do come across people, any current fashion that she might be interested in. So she's wearing a suit in the sewers right now.
Yeah, I mean, and pretty quickly that's gonna stink pretty bad, which probably isn't helping your love for it. But that's how it is. So Quinn and Ulrika are following Jacob. So you're headed to Sir Quinn's little drop off underneath a train station, I guess, old abandoned.
Yeah, that's step one of the going home plan.
Yeah, okay. So it's maybe an hour or so that you guys just walk through the sewers to get to Quinn, the location that you sort of remember. You pop your heads up and smell slightly cleaner London air. It is, you're above ground. It's by this old railway, and it's kind of place that it's just one of the tracks, one of the many tracks in London, which just aren't being used anymore. You sort of drive past them on other trains, and you spot these old abandoned sort of looking train yards. And this looks like one of them. There's graffiti everywhere, all over these brick walls. There's a few old train carriages which have been left here that look like they're accruing quite a lot of rust. This place is pretty well abandoned, but you can sense that there are some humans around here just because of the smell. You suspect that there are a couple of homeless people who use the sort of warmth of and relative dryness of the carriages to make their homes here for the evening.
So I'll
Is there a particular spot you'd go to as well? Sorry.
So it was an old garage underneath. So one of the old arches had been turned into it. They've got garage doors on the front of them. So I think this was his haven, where it was fairly bare, but it's where he was his attachment and where he would kind of always go to when he was first woken from torpor. So I think the first thing is to head there, see if there's anyone around that I've interacted with before, and just to collect a few belongings. As I approach, do I see anyone outside it? Is there any sign of anyone?
Aside from one homeless man who appears to be wrapped up in a sleeping blanket and asleep within about 20 feet of it, doesn't appear to be aware of you. There are certainly no one standing outside as if waiting for anyone. Yeah,
so I'm guessing it's still there. It's not been pulled down or anything like that.
It is still there, yeah.
And I'll kind of walk up to the door. I'm guessing there's some kind of padlock on it, and I'll attempt to just rip it off.
Wow, so you're going with subtle then, yeah? I don't suppose you kept a key, maybe?
These aren't my clothes. Possessions get lost.
Yeah.
It's a padlock.
Okay, look, here's the thing, you're not going to make a small amount of noise ripping that off the wall. Did you not think it might be worth trying to pick it, or no? Just going to kick it off? Yeah.
Well, show me your expertise.
I've got breaking and entering at 3, so I probably can do that.
I'll kick it in if it doesn't work.
Yeah. Before you boot the door in, I'm going to try and get there. Quick, rugby tackle Ulrika, and I'll pick the fucking lock.
So Quinn's going to be looking over you, just adding a tiny bit more pressure.
I mean, yeah, all right. What is this?
You can give it a roll.
What am I rolling for this? So stealth, and so it's what and what?
Yeah, let's see. Let's find my skill list. I think stealth plus
wits, is it? No.
Wits, yeah.
Is it wits? Okay, well then that's 7 dice. Where's the fucking D10? Well, I haven't succeeded yet on 5 of them. Oh, thank fuck for that.
There you go.
Okay.
I was close to being really, really humiliating.
2 successes there, which
this
is...
way. You see, this way, the Rosas don't come. No one comes around and kicks our... dies to us. And you see, you can get in and then get out again. And then lock it back up. It's a magical system. You'll love it.
It's my building. Why would they take me away?
Yeah, whatever then. The door's open.
Can you two stay here, please?
Yeah.
And he'll kind of very carefully walk through the door and not kind of show what's in here. And close it behind
a garage door?
But it's a kind of pull-up garage door, but it's got the normal door that you'd go through as well.
Yeah. Oh, good. All right, cool.
Yeah.
He's a bit... a bit secretive, wouldn't you say about that, considering it's just a DOS house?
Right?
Do you want to describe what's inside, Sequin?
Maybe he has some embarrassing possessions.
It's really, really, really scarce. There's a small kind of chest. There's a tarpaulin stretched over something in the middle of the room, which is a motorcycle. And there is a table with a small lamp on it where correspondence tends to get left by anyone involved in the organisation that I work for. So I'll kind of walk to the table first.
Yeah, there is a letter on it, and it looks like it's been there long enough to accrue dust and cobwebs, as is most of this.
He'll kind of just look over his shoulder just to make sure. Although he's warm to Jacob, that he still knows that he's a sneaky one.
Yeah, I've already vanished, and I'm going to be following him in. That's not happening. He's a fucking bruiser. What's he got? He ain't got fucking all specs, has he? He might have.
I don't know. So, Quinn, do you have anything to detect sneakers?
I think at this point, he's not awake enough, and he thinks that he's left 2 people there. So I think if he's glanced, he's not thinking 100% at the moment. So I don't think he's going to look anyway. But no, he doesn't.
Okay. Yeah. Cast a glance over your shoulder. Everything is dark in here, obviously, and anyone that could be here, you don't think? Certainly didn't hear Jacob come in. So, yeah, it has the seal of your order, which is out of a Roman Legionnaire's helmet.
He will crack it. I'll check the seal's closed, and I'll read the letter.
Yeah. The seal's good. It simply has a phone number on it.
Perfect.
It's handwritten. Yeah.
He'll kind of tuck it inside his pocket. He'll go to the chest. He'll open it up. He'll see his full-on medieval broadsword in there, and he'll kind of just look and reach for it for a second, and then realize that he's not in a place where he can walk around with a medieval broadsword on his back. So he'll kind of take his hand away and shake his head at himself. But he will kind of walk over to this motorcycle. He'll pull off the tarpaulin, and hopefully he'll reveal it's still there. I'm guessing it's still there and no one's propped boxes underneath.
It is indeed, yeah. It doesn't look like anyone's stolen anything from here or broken in.
Quick query, did I have time to see that phone number?
Okay, so I think that if you're getting that close, you'd need to be over his shoulder, and that's something that he might be able to sense. So we'd go into a roll scenario there. Or if you just wanted to be far enough back, you see that he's got the letter. You also would see where he put it.
That's true, yeah. Yeah, I probably just wouldn't go that close in hope of not getting my head kicked in.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
And then there's going to be a good kind of 5 minutes of Sir Quinn falling over this bike and stroking it and checking a few things on it. And then he's going to attempt to start it after Like 60 years?
Yeah, so you get a cough, more of a splutter, if anything. It's like a.
And he'll kind of say, okay, I'll see you soon. And he'll stroke the bike one last time, put the tarpaulin over it, and kind of head back out.
Okay.
I'll leave before, obviously, he does leave. When he does the bike starting, I'll be leaving through the door.
Yeah. Okay. You head
Right,
back
nice.
out, and you're back in London gloom.
I've got what I needed. Someone's going to need to help me with this. And I'll hold up one of the burner phones I've been given.
Okay, I watched, what's her name? Oh, fucking hell. I watched her having a go with it
Holly?
earlier. Yeah, was it
Rahat?
Ollie? Yeah, the
Holly.
blood lackey, whatever. Rahatsky.
Holly.
Yeah.
Like the
I think, hold on, hold the thing out like that, right? Hold it out, okay? All right, and then I'm going to proceed to, have we got a number?
I will read the number out to them, to him.
Okay, go on then.
6.
Beep. I'm going to hold it down. Beep. Okay, I've got that one.
555.
Beep. Beep.
So I will read out
and
the number.
so forth for the entire number.
And as I'm giving the last number, I'm kind of reaching out and taking the phone off him.
No, I'm not holding the phone. You're holding the phone out. I'm doing it like this, like I'm writing on a wall with my fingertip.
And then, like, I'll say the last number and I'll wait for you to give me the nod. And hopefully I'll hear it ringing, or we're just probably going to get some do-do-do.
I'll lean in like this. I think it's making a bell noise. That sounds good.
For the sake of our own sanity, the phone rings. Oh boy, yeah, you start hearing a bloop bloop. Are you staying within earshot? Are you walking away? What's the plan?
He's going to walk back in, but Sir Quinn is not going to be good with this, so he's going to be kind of yelling into this mobile phone, and they're going to be pretty able to hear. They might be able not to hear the other side of the conversation, because I imagine the door muffled that, but they're probably going to be able to hear me, because, yeah, I'm not going to understand how this thing works.
Mm-hmm.
I'll stay outside with Ulrika this time.
Okay.
Then a voice answers the phone, but one that isn't immediately recognizable to you. It's a woman's voice. And she says, "Hello? Who is this?"
Who is this? Who is your keeper?
I'm guessing that you guys have like a password phrase or words.
I imagine I give a Latin sentence.
Right, yeah. That's sort of what I was thinking as well. Some kind of some kind of secret code that has been used in your order for a long time.
Like, under the sword we shall rise, or something like that, but nice and flowery in Latin.
Yeah, you give the question and she gives the answer. I see. I'm sorry. I wasn't expecting a call, and, well, this number came up as unregistered, so who are you?
My name is Sir Quinn. I have been woken early, I believe. We've been moved, and I'm with some others, not of the clan.
I see. Well, Sir Quinn, perhaps it's best that you come back in. We have a harborage, assuming that you are in London.
Yes, I'm where I found the letter. Is it safe?
Very good.
We have come into what's been called the Second Inquisition.
Indeed. Operation Antigen, as it is otherwise known. It's a very dangerous time. We have use for your skills and service. Come to the Church of St. Michael, Chester Square. Ask for Sister Eleanor.
We have been instructed. We have something to do. Do we know of? Is it? Sorry, I'm looking. Is it Queen Anne, the Prince of London?
Yes.
There is a party tomorrow. Queen Anne is holding some kind of get-together. Is it possible
I'm
to
aware of
use
it.
the company's resources to acquire me an invitation and some others?
Naturally. Just give me their names and we'll see to it.
I will kind of go through everyone. And
Interesting. They are all awakened as well. There are some powerful names on this list.
Indeed, I believe that I was keeping an eye out on one of them. I will hopefully be along this night, and I shall bring one or two of them with me. If you could secure those invitations, it would be most useful.
Of course, as long as they can be trusted.
I will assess that situation before I bring them in.
Very good, Brother Quinn. Is there anything else?
No. And he's going to put the phone back in his pocket without hanging up.
Eventually she hangs up.
He'll
She's
kind of,
listening to the rest of the rest of the night's conversation.
You can hear
he'll
some
walk out the
weird shit.
door.
Yeah.
I have acquired us a way in tomorrow.
Pretty Andy. I had a bit of an idea about that actually. That dopey milk fucker, he said that flowers might be a good idea, and I thought maybe something like crystal or diamond rose, museum of sculpture. We nicked that. What do you reckon? Quite a good gift. Should be, but I mean, how good are you guys feeling about staying not really loud when moving?
It can happen.
Okay. How good are you guys feeling about hitting somebody over the head without causing their head to explode?
It can
That's
happen.
difficult. That's
Right,
very
look.
difficult.
Okay, look. It's either you move really quietly, you hit people over the head so they don't die, or, my personal favourite, you stand outside.
Why can't we kill them?
Okay, I mean, I get you. I know how much you, look, I know you enjoy the killing as much as the next psychotic Viking, but, okay, it's very important when lifting stuff that we don't actually attract massive amounts of attention to us, so we can then, get away and nobody knows we were there, and the whole thing's just magic, right?
Wouldn't they be more interested in the murder than the robbery, and we wouldn't have to worry about anything?
Okay, I love your ingenuity, and honestly, it's the thing I like the most about you. I feel like you're right, but for that plan to work super well, the murder would have to be several streets away.
How about we cause a lot of noise while you go in and take what you need, and people will be more focused on me and Ulrika than you doing whatever.
I can be quiet. You always have
honestly,
to be quiet before you raid. If you make a lot of noise before you hit the village.
Like, honestly, they won't actually see me or hear me in any way, shape, or form when we go in. And they won't see me going out again on the other side. Realistically, please be quiet while walking.
Fine.
Yeah.
Fine.
I mean, you can't
Your
you become
way
a
it
wolf
is.
or something, because that'd be well useful.
Wolves are typically not in cities.
No, you're probably right. All right, look. How about you guys guard the door? I'll go in and then go out, and then you can stop anybody from stealing the door while I'm in there.
I can
Fine.
do that.
Okay, brilliant. Yeah, you can guard the escape route, right? So, like, when I get out again, I'll be able to get out nice and easy. That sounds perfect, right?
And you
Do
think
you need
you're
help?
up to
Just
this?
scream.
I mean, and then just to prove my point, I'll vanish and appear behind him. Yeah, I think I can do it.
We'll see.
Okay, I'll vanish again and touch him on the stomach from the front.
You'll feel rock hard abs.
Wow, you've been working out a lot over the last 70 years in Torpor. That's impressive. That is not how musculature works in any way.
Being dead has certain benefits. Right, so where is this
Stiff
place?
as the board you are, mate. Ding, 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 ding.
Where is this place?
Well, what, the Museum of Sculpture? It's
Yes.
about an hour that way by the sewers.
Sewers again.
I mean, we could take the bus, but it's 1 a.m, so there aren't any buses.
All right, let's go.
What's
Okay.
wrong with
I'll
the sewer?
practice. I'll practice the being.
I don't know
quiet.
what this anti-sewer thing is that everybody seems to have, honestly.
It
Like,
just
sewer
smells like the
propaganda.
Middle Ages.
Everybody's very fucking precious about the old fucking thing.
It's just.
It's just the Middle Ages, Ulrich. It's like walking the
Yeah.
streets back then.
Yeah.
Are you,
It's nostalgic, really.
Are you not curious about what's up here? Things are so different.
Yeah. I mean, but things
Yes.
down there are exactly the same, and I like that.
Yes, same. Fuck all this change.
By the way, Will, that was the plan to steal a crystal rose from the Museum of Sculpture as a gift. That was just ironed out.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, you guys can head over there. Take you about an hour. We'll head over to Rahat and Takat, who at this point, as we last left them, were in Takat's limo with some hollies, headed out of headed out of Lillian's place. So, where are you guys headed, and what are you doing?
So I believe we were going back to mine. Well, I was dropping off a hat, either or. So whichever one's first. But my place is in One Hyde Park, King's Knightsbridge, and I have like a flat, like the penthouse.
Okay.
Knightsbridge.
Yeah, I mean it's up to you. Rahat, where are you headed? Where do you want to go?
I know London super well, and so I'm gonna say 1, 2, 3 Super Real Street, and my contact is
I was
know
there
that
actually last week. It was sick.
I my contact / my haven is at a long-standing like funeral home / crematorium.
Yes. That's next. Let's say that Rahat gets dropped off first, and you can go out of your way to just to drop off Rahat. So you pull up in a limo outside.
Well, as we're
go
going
ahead.
there, as we're kind of going there, I kind of look towards Rahat and all of the Hollies and Mr. Anderson, and I just say, "At least this is a familiar sight."
Yes, well, they glad they're keeping it in the family, but I suppose I'll have to learn new names, which is always exhausting. But at
I
least
don't know why everyone always forgot their names. I remember all of their names. It's Janet and Bernice, and this one's in Holly now. We got rid of the old Holly.
I'm going to attempt to remember Holly, but that's probably the extent of what I'm willing to learn here.
That's fine.
When you're done and changed, you'll come back and get me, will you?
Yes, if you like. Some of your things should be at my place if you want to go straight there. I actually would like to speak with you. Not only about this, but a lot of time has passed.
All right, then if you want to wait a minute, I'll just go in and see how it's looking and come back out. I want to make sure they're ready if I need anything, that's all.
All right. The situation is odd, the timing of it. We're known for getting things done, and with this current Inquisition, I feel like that's the only reason we're back.
Yeah, it just feels like a mistake. We had a purpose and now we're just figuring things out as we go, and it's annoying. I'd rather have a direction.
Indeed. I also remember some revelations. You need to keep it between us. I trust the people we are with, but I trust you.
Of course. Whatever you need.
I think we're here.
Mr. Anderson says, "We have arrived." And you take a look out of the tinted windows and see Cobb's Funeral Homes. And it's, it's one of those sort of slightly dingy, but they don't try and look too friendly for the nature of the buildings, but it looks sort of austere and respectful. And it's a little set back off the main road.
Yeah, it's good enough, but it's not. It's sufficient. It's clean. It's practical. They do the job. They don't ask questions, and that's it. But yeah, I'm gonna go in and because whoever I used to know here is obviously dead. This point.
Yeah.
So it'll be.
Yeah,
there
is a light on, despite the fact that it's at this point about 2 a.m. There is a light on inside, so someone's up.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm just gonna go and see if I can just let myself in.
Yeah, I mean the door is locked, but it's. If you wanted to come in for a window, you probably could. Depends how much you care about the way you enter in.
That's annoying. If I can I look inside and see if I see anyone moving around or anything like that?
Yeah, if you walk away from the front door and round a bit, you see that in one of the back sort of wing of the funeral home, there's a desk and there's a man writing at the desk. He's got a whiskey in hand and seems to be sort of up late writing or whatever he's doing.
Yeah, I'm just going to tap and look at him pointedly and wait for him to, and if he doesn't move immediately, I will motion for him to come here.
You hear oh shit as he jumps. Whoa! Hey, you motion over. He comes over, and he opens the window just a scratch. What's going on? Are you here for an appointment? We're open in the morning.
Are you the current family member running this location right now?
One of them. I'm Daniel Cobb.
Hello, Daniel. My name is Rahat. I have been a longtime patron of your family's establishment. Is there any chance you've heard of me?
Rahat, then... Well, then you must have known my father, but... forgive me, you must have been very young when you knew him, but he spoke of you as though you were... an adult. It's all a long time ago. Come in. Let me you in for the door. And he puts his whiskey down, and sort of goes around and lets you in. Please, take a seat. Do you want a drink?
No, thank you. Nor do I want a seat. I just want to I just wanted to come make sure this place was still up and running. I wanted to make sure everything is still working here, and that I might be able to find a place. Preferably, you've kept a place clean for me downstairs. That is what I like to have. Or at the very least, I will go clean a space up for myself. Actually, let's go look right now. And I like motion for him to come, and I let myself down.
It's obvious to us, the audience, but seemingly not Rahat, that this guy hasn't got the memo about the vampire.
She doesn't
feeds
care.
on the corpses in the basement. He's like, why did you just hold on there? Okay, we're going. Of course, you know where everything is.
Yeah, I've been here. I've been here, and I see you've changed. I don't like that. No, I'm gonna need you to change that back.
I'm sorry. You said you knew my father. What exactly was the nature of your working business together?
Well, I have supported your business very early on when it was young and just starting. And we worked together very well, your father, and would you prefer to hear that it was my mother? Would that make you happier? Is that more appealing to your sense of perception here?
I'm sorry. I've had a few drinks tonight, so not all of us is making sense.
Clearly
I think
you
I'm gonna
are
get another one.
misunderstanding, but that's fine. Yes, you go do that. I'm going to be here. I'm going to go downstairs, just clean a few things, and in the future, I might leave you lists of things I need for you to leave for me. And I'm going to have to. Yes.
Right. So just so we're clear, your mother knew my father, and
yes.
That's why you think you can just walk in here and order me about?
Well, very early on, I helped your business to stay afloat. I can continue to help you if you need help, or we can find some other way we can get along. But you have things I need, and we have a connection.
What is it that you need? Exactly. My father was never clear to me about that.
Well, you see, you get rid of bodies, and sometimes before you do so, I just need to borrow certain elements of those bodies.
He gulps.
Mm-hmm.
An audible gulp. No, I don't think I can let you do that. This isn't a science laboratory. This is a funeral home. Maybe things were different before, but we lay bodies to rest and allow for families to say goodbye, and that's not something. That's not a service we provide. Perhaps I could put you in
I'm trying to
with a
see, like, I'm
science
not
lab.
listening to him. I'm trying to think of, like, I'm sorry, because I'm so new to this game. I'm trying to see what I have that I can just make him stop talking. Like, I'm so, like, you're...
So he's
Okay.
immortal. So
Yeah.
you have, as a vampire, basically rolling up like a good enough persuasion check would be something that could.
I know, I was hoping to find one of my, like,
The other one is like turning him into a ghoul, or a what's the other word I'm looking for? Thrall.
Do you have Dominate still?
No, I took away Dominate because we discussed this.
Oh,
I,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
How much persuasion have you got?
I have a little bit. I have a little bit
And
of
in that
persuasion.
case, how much charisma have you got, or manipulation? Because, like, you could try that. Or you could just bite the cunt.
Yeah, you could persuade.
Don't take that out of context.
Could give him a bit of your,
Context, Call of Cthulhu.
give him a bit of your blood, and make him addicted to you, and more
Some
like willing
Some
to
people
do what
pay
you
a
say.
huge amount for that, Jacob.
Yeah, I was hoping that in my, like, all my blood witchy powers are too, like, it's probably a little, I don't want to poison him yet. I don't want to melt him with acid yet. Like,
Ease him
like,
into it.
I mean, how much charisma and persuasion do you have together?
persuasion and charisma together would only be 4 dice.
I just bite the bastard, honestly.
What?
I'd be like, here, have some more whiskey, but it's got blood in it, and then he'll be your thrall and do what you want.
Oh, is
Yeah.
that something I can do?
Well,
Then
sort of
yes,
works.
I
Yeah.
would like exasperatedly sigh
It'd be much
and just
easier
be
to
like,
meld.
"You're right. We should go have that drink you mentioned. It's a very long night. I apologize for having disrupted your evening. Let's go have a drink and talk, shall we?"
Good idea. Yes. I think we've got a few crossed wires. Maybe we can help sort those out. Go on. Do you whiskey or I think I have some
Yes.
vodka around here somewhere.
Nope. That drink you have right there, that's fine. And when
Right.
he turns around to
Good
pour
portion.
mine, I am like pricking my finger and putting some of my blood into his drink, if that's something I'm able to do.
Yeah. No. I mean, he's not paying much attention. He's flustered, and he's been drinking already.
Yeah.
And it's late, and mortals don't see well. So you prick your finger, and he swigs it down. By the way, do you drink any whiskey, or are you sort of?
I
drinker?
could have. You know what? I will. You know what? In good favor to him, I will hold up my glass and I will take it back because I have iron gullet, so it won't hurt me.
Badass. All right. So you down it. It doesn't taste anywhere near as good as blood, which is
Yeah, I don't care. I'm just doing this as a show. I'm like, this is entirely like I'm just waiting until he's done. I'm just looking at him now.
Yeah. No, you watch. Have you done this before, or is this something that Rahat sort of only does in sort of graver circumstances?
She'll do it like at the beginning of at the beginning of a new connection if she has to. Like she prefers to like set up little nests in little areas and then get to stay there and not have to like deal with too many people or too much stuff. Like it's not.
Yeah.
She likes to be left alone to her own devices, and so having to like refresh this connection is annoying to her.
Yeah. He reacts to the whiskey as though it were made of sort of acid for for a moment or two and looks at you in shock, and then you see something sort of happen to his eyes where they sort of glaze over, and he looks at you afresh. He's like, he shakes his head. Oh, sorry. What was it you asked me to do?
I was simply saying that sometimes I will come by and I will need things from you. Not big things, small things. And I simply require that, obviously, before you cremate a body, it will be no difference to the ash you provide the family if it is missing a little bit of blood, or a tongue, or some other small thing I may require.
Yes, I remember now.
Mm-hmm. I know. That's better, right?
Yes.
Thank you.
He smiles at you.
Yeah, the next time you have a fresh body, just remove a little bit of the blood and leave it to the side for me. I don't need anything specific yet. That's all I need for now. That's not asking too much, right?
No. Of course, I'll see to it.
Thank you. I'm glad we could continue our long-standing family connection.
Yes. Me too.
All right.
And
I'll
he's
see
just
you
staring
later.
at you until you leave.
Have a very good night. Make sure you drink some water in addition to that, and then I leave.
Right, yes. And you head out, and Takata, are you still waiting in the limo? It hasn't been very long.
If it hasn't been that long, I think I was waiting. I think they were contemplating feeding a bit more with some of the other hollies while they wait.
The new hollies.
The new hollies. Testing out new models.
Alrighty. So after 10-15 minutes, Rahat re-enters the vehicle.
You've returned. Oh, excuse me.
That's all right. Yes, I wish these families would communicate better. I had to reestablish my connection, but it should be fine. So.
Such is the way.
We can go wherever you wanted now.
Fine. Anderson, Knightsbridge. You know the place.
All right, you guys head off, and around about 3 a.m. you arrive at your apartment in Hyde Park. I'm guessing this is a pretty lavish affair.
It is, yeah. This isn't even my haven. This is just my home.
One of my many homes.
I think we go up, and as we kind of enter in, it's all very modern, very stylish, and it's all done in kind of blacks and golds, kind of here and there. And there's like a Anubis figurine, and there's a Basset one, and all these other kind of Egyptian iconography things about. And it's a very large room as well. It goes to multiple rooms. And as we walk in, Takata says, "Wow, I've forgotten how much I've missed this site. Even before we went under, I wasn't staying here that much."
Is it your favorite location?
No, actually, it was quite empty. I've done it up quite nice. The design I want. Anderson, good job.
Thank you, Master.
As you walking through like the front area, you see that there is this semi-large kind of glass holder. Inside of the glass holder are two old, ancient-looking goggles.
Oh my god.
I still have them. If you need anything, your stuff is down the room. It should be to the left, unless they've changed something. Just past the bathing pool.
I think Rohat stays by the goggles and picks them up and like flips them around and is just like, think of how much better I could have made them now. I mean, they still look, not a bad style, but...
Yes, they were revolutionary back in the day, but now, who knows? But I keep them because they are important. Some
Glad.
few of our kind keep mementos for good reasons.
All right.
What I wanted to talk to you about, though.
Yep.
These items you have been told to get. I believe that they are powerful, perhaps tied with even older blood magic than I've even thought. They could even resurrect Mithras.
Is that what they were for?
I believe so. That's what I remember them. The Egyptian dagger. I remember when I gave it to Mithras, he seemed more overjoyed than anything else with it. I don't remember what he did with it, but I know he kept it on his person at all times. I think if anyone could decipher such rituals, it would be you.
It's the most interesting thing I've been presented with so far, so I would love to hurry up and find those so I have something to do. Sorry, out of character, I'm trying to remember. I thought I wrote the items down, but I don't have them written down. It was like a scroll, a knife, and something else?
Yeah, I can.
I've got them here: a clay seal, a silver ring, a bronze dagger, and there's a word that I cannot pronounce. Something to do with a cap, and I've written down Flemmy cap, but I know it's not Flemmy.
Phrygian, I believe, is how it's pronounced.
Pretend I said that and sounded clever.
Wow, that's very eloquent of you there, Panda. Very, very eloquent indeed. Well done.
I know that word.
Yeah. For reference, Lady Anne Bowsley is also Queen Anne. Synonymous. Mm. So going to the party, you have at least one solid lead on where you can get this seal.
Mm.
Okay.
As I think, as kind of Rahat is kind of lost in thought, we see Takat going over to this glass case, and on it, on these stands, we see their old crook and flail, kind of gold wrapped in blue. And they take out the crook and they kind of hold it. From one ruler to another. Perhaps you'll like this as a sign of alliance. I will not make any moves against her in her own land.
Seems a good gift from one ruler to another, as you said.
Well, the sun is coming up soon. Too late for stargazing. It's all too bright. Have you noticed how light it is? It drowns out the sky.
Can't see any stars. What even is the point?
Yeah. Angers me. Well, if you wish to stay, you can. If not, have Anderson take you back to wherever you need to go.
No, this is fine. And she goes. She just walks off.
Okay.
I think
Alright.
Tech Hat goes to their sleeping area, and it isn't like a coffin or anything like that. I think it surprises them, but for kind of like the viewer, we see it's this bed with this like open metal lid. It's kind of like a deprivation chamber that's like all like styled out with like cushions, and then like laying that, and then like the metal sheet kind of comes down.
Mm-hmm. Nice. So rest for you two. Let's head over to Lillian, who we last saw at her house, left alone. But I believe expecting some hairdressers and stylists, etc., to arrive shortly. Is that who you're waiting for?
She ordered a tailor, a beautician, and a hairdresser.
Alrighty. So they show up. And despite the late hour, this is obviously a very elite service that you've called in. And they set to work. Figure Merry Maverman donated £3 to a crit failure to be applied against the party the next time they need to sneak past an enemy or avoid a confrontation.
Oh.
Thank you, my friend.
Hi.
I have noted that. I've got a fun way to bring that in. Oh man! So here's the fun. Quick aside before we jump back earlier. I was going to just give Sir Quinn and Jacob and Ulrika just a free pass and say you guys got it easily, and tell us how that happened. It hasn't gone so well over there.
Oh, no.
That's all we'll say. Lillian, what kind of style, what kind of outfit and hair and stuff is it? What's going on?
Well, we'd seen her previously. She was very much of the moment when she'd gone into torpor, so it was very styled up 1940s and that kind of suit. She will be wanting these people to style her immaculately in the present style for her kind of personality. So I'm thinking kind of low-key Daphne Guinness. It's all black, but it's that kind of expensive business styling that just has those little flourishes that say this is very expensive. The hair,
Nice.
finally, like this, cut and
Cool.
dyed and sorted, and it's all got like that feel of a dominatrix to it without actually going full PVC. It's an expensive dominatrix look, not a Right on the high
It's a real
street.
refined look, actually. It's quite a niche one. Yeah, but you've got it. Let's see the look you've nailed. So you come out, about 3 a.m. or so with this finished look, and they check that you're happy with it before, heading in, I guess.
Look at myself in the mirror. Adequate. I may call on you again.
They nod. They'll tell you that they're ready at any hour of the day.
Naturally. And I'll just walk into a different room, completely ignoring them.
Okay. What do you do? Where do you go? If you're going anywhere.
I'm going to be going into a sitting area where there are floor-to-ceiling, very ornate, carved, almost oriental, glass-fronted cabinets. It's where Lillian keeps all her curios and things. You know how the Victorians were so crazy about other cultures and bits and bobs, and she's just looking at all these little items that she's had brought in from all over the world, wondering what might make a good gift just in case the others don't find anything suitable. Do I know anything about this Queen Anne?
You don't know anything about her role as a vampire, no, because that's all been torpor. You suspect that the best place to learn everything about her will obviously be the party, and not necessarily just from her, but parties like this are, one of your favorite places to go because there's just a rumor mill of all the other kindred in the city who are going to be there. of course, you could go looking for information on her sooner if you wanted to.
I'm assuming the butler wouldn't know a damn thing about it, so he's pointless.
Yeah, a little bit.
Did we had a phone number, but that was mortals answering that, correct?
All mortals, yeah.
Ugh.
You were given the number to call if you wanted to like ask for an invitation from the Queen directly, which is a little embarrassing. But you would presumably get through to like the Queen's office.
I think Lillian's probably had enough encounters with people to know that she doesn't necessarily make the best first impression, especially when it's not face to face. So that's probably not the best way to go. So she's going to hedge her bets. And on one of these shelves, there's a stand with a very intricate but minimal, if that makes sense, necklace with just a very clear stone with a tiny fleck of red in it, that she'd had sourced from somewhere over in Hungary. There was a whole rumor that went behind it, a story, and it came at great cost. So at least there's only one of them in the world, and it's an appropriate story. So she'll take that and wrap it in a silk handkerchief and put it into the bag that will have been supplied along with her outfit.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think she'll probably head over to Kat's.
Okay. We'll get to that in a
lingering look around the place as if she really does not want to go to this party, but needs must.
Okay, so Lillian's headed to Kat's, and I'm guessing when you get there, you're gonna go to sleep, or is there a scene you want to do there?
He's Ulrika's with the other group, was it Rahat?
Yeah, Rahat and Takat are together, and then Jacob Sequin and Ulrika are currently trying to break into the Museum of Sculptures.
Takat themselves are asleep, right?
That can be like woken up.
Okay, if you
like a doorbell, like who's at my fucking door?
In the sarcophagus, you got
mortified.
It's like a camera in there, like yes.
It's like an LCD screen.
Amazing. Yeah, she would never dare to sleep in somebody else's house, but she'll show up. I'd imagine if the people who were looking after that place had been there for a while or had been well briefed, they would know who she was.
Yeah, definitely, especially Mr. Anderson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's probably not the case that Takat requires doors opened by themselves. It's other people opened doors for Takat. So the door is probably opened by Mr. Anderson after you wait for a moment, and there's a check happening, and you're let inside this apartment in Hyde Park.
Takat kind of comes out, dressed in like a nice robe. Lillian, it's good to see you.
And you? Did you sleep well?
The error is suiting you quite well.
Oh. Thanks. It'll suffice for now. Dreadfully unimaginative period.
Well, everything is, and they like look outside, seems to be more flashy than I remember.
And yet simultaneously so lacking in detail.
Ideas only last so long, I guess.
Oh, gone are the gildings on the signs and the wrought iron. It's all straight lines and minimalism.
Would you like a drink?
Please.
fresh, or and I like gesture to like my bottles.
As you wish.
I'll buzz for like Holly Prime.
Prime arrives.
Since we're all like named Holly, it's just this like buff dude.
Yes.
Holly.
Ah, a new one. You do collect them so terribly quickly, don't you?
They seem to find me quite earnestly. It's sweet.
You see just the very corner of her mouth tickle upwards like the tiniest hint of a smirk. It's like porcelain breaking, just for a second. And then she looks at this new Holly. I assume you've been adequately briefed?
Of course. Oh, yeah, of course.
And you wish it?
Naturally.
And she'll not even look at them and hold out her hand.
Yeah. They know what to do.
I think they like kneel and they're just like, please.
Yeah.
Groveling. Splendid. You don't enjoy the challenging ones, do you?
They love me, so they give themselves freely.
We always did have such different ways of doing this, didn't we? Cheers.
Yes, and like you see me like have like a goblet, and I just say, a silver tongue often dominates the best, I find. But I respect your ways.
I find things far more creative the other way around. But I, of course, respect yours. And I'll wait for them to take the first step.
They do. Only there's like a fraction. And they say, looking out at the skies, so what's got you coming round so early in the morning? Is it this whole situation?
It seems we have homework to do. Delightful. They could have prepared us somewhat more thoroughly, but we deal with what we must, and, well, we always did work a little better, pooling our resources, so to speak.
I was saying to Rahat that this all seems very convenient.
Doesn't it just? And I'll look at the holly as if, why isn't this just the easiest lunch? No challenge whatsoever. And I'll take a sip. Just pat the corners of my mouth to remove any residue and wave it away.
Any residue of the smile, just making sure it has.
You can't have that stuff lingering around your mouth.
Yeah, that's
Disgusting.
Chisels it on.
And you, have you had much luck deciphering this whole... Ugh.
No. Luckily I have people who I can depend on to do it for me. One just get occupied ruling over them.
Yes, I'm sure. I suppose that's something I should attend to at some point soon.
But we have no allies. The
No.
person who is in charge of the cult didn't even see fit to greet us personally. That is a
This
great
does
insult.
bother me. Perhaps we should pay them a visit.
Were they in London, Will, or were they like, did they leave because of the Inquisition? I can't remember.
So you don't know the location of Pater Thomas, who is apparently the current leader of the Mithraic cult, but you do know where Darius Shirazi is, who's the Malkavian, who is also the archaeologist, who probably knows where Pater Thomas is.
Yes. A basement. A caged mule. They might as well spit in my mouth.
Lost, they said. Lost. Terribly careless. Bombs or no.
I remember
Something more
we
to
had.
this.
Yes, I agree with you entirely. These items. They definitely would have tried to search for them without us. They are most likely banking the fact that we most likely know where they are or have better access to them.
Curious. I suppose we shall find out more at this party.
Have you got your gift?
I have a gift, whether it's suitable or not, it remains to be seen.
Suitable. I wonder if they are suitable for their position.
Well, expensive usually impresses most people, but who knows? We're going off minimal information, and that's not a situation I enjoy.
Yes, not even a document to tell us what everything was going on. It's
Almost
said
like a
before.
setup.
Mm-hmm.
I'll look out at the stars alongside him and go, it was all so much easier back then, I suppose.
They stand by a telescope and they kind of move it back and forth. Looks old. And they just say, it was, but it had its own troubles. I find people were a lot more upfront with what they wanted. As time went on, everything was deeped more in secrecy. And then when the Camarilla came around, everything changed.
Things are always changing. You hurt people enough, you get the truth one way or another.
Either way, we both carry weight in ourselves. That if we need to, we could start our own houses.
It should be interesting to see what our clans make of what we've become.
The clans. How they've most likely diminished even when we were active.
That is something we should probably check up on.
This new Inquisition. How do you plan on maneuvering it? I would be direct, try and contact one.
Depends if you want to be direct or you want to be amusing.
Well, times have changed, as you said. Perhaps sending a message isn't the way anymore. I remember when we would send emissaries to discuss disagreements. Perhaps with this new age, there is new understanding.
Am I to understand you're attempting peace?
Not peace, a partnership. The humans have always outnumbered us.
And thank goodness for that.
Yes. They've never been truly weak.
Well, there are messages, and there are messages. It depends on the context of what you wish to communicate.
I leave it up to you.
And she laughs at that, but her mouth doesn't move. Well, this will be interesting.
They kind of walk forward towards you and just says, I thought you'd find it that. But I'm tired. It has been enjoyable in your company.
And yours. Rest well. May I? And I gesture around to. Is there somewhere for me to sleep?
Of course. You always have a place here. And they'll gesture to like a room, which would have been like a place where you would have been before.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Vampire sleepy
I
time.
stab them. I kill them.
Ah! Stake through the heart. Okay,
Please
so
put me out of my misery.
while one half of our coterie is sleeping peacefully, on the other side of London, the other half of our coterie have ran into some trouble. Now,
Okay, look, before this goes on, okay, do you want me to do this meta-wise, or how I would have done it before some twat mate gave me a crit failure?
No. So here's how we'll do it. Is
Oh, I see.
the heist happened? Okay, so we don't need to play out the exact heist itself. The heist happened. However, something went horribly wrong during this heist, and you guys are going to tell me what went wrong and how. So who fucked up?
Let's be honest. You would have managed.
Everyone looks at Gareth.
I guess
Sir Quinn would have stood
300-year-old
outside like he was
Nosferatu,
told.
whose only skill set is sneaking, somehow failed to do that efficiently. Okay, so getting in through the door was easy, no problem at all. I would have used Vanish and Cloak of Shadows rather than Mask of 1,000 Faces, because I don't think there's any need for Mask of 1,000 Faces. I would have got easily through the areas where guards were. It wouldn't have been a problem at all. I'd have made my way to the appropriate statuary that I want to steal. I would have checked that nobody was around. Everything would have been going fantastic. I would have lifted the statue up after unlocking the plinth. And because I'm 40, 50, 70 years out of my time zone, I'm not aware of electronic alarm systems.
That's funny.
That would definitely be a thing. I didn't even think about that. I was
Yeah,
like, oh,
I'm
wait,
not aware of
that's
pressure
right.
sensors.
It got harder to lift things. Gosh.
So upon lifting the statuary that I cheerfully broke into and everything's been going just super-de-doo, an alarm goes off. And I don't know what it is, but it's very, very loud and screamy. And okay, so upon that, because those two are guarding the damn door.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Do you hear that?
Is that's not a good noise, right?
What is it? It
Sounds like someone screaming
sounds like
constantly.
shrieking, but but rhythmically. Is it like a new form of torture? Should we go in and find out?
Maybe someone's attacking. Maybe that's
I
their...
did tell him to scream if he needed help.
He probably needs... We should go in. That's
Okay.
That's what he would want, right?
that's the exact opposite of what he would want.
All right.
If that's him screaming, we need to go in. He's...
All right.
You know the really
He's
sad
weak.
thing about this whole thing is I'll be making my way out, even with the screaming alarm, and leaving, and I'll be standing outside trying to find them.
Yeah.
Well, they've gone in to find me.
So the two of them ran back in, and obviously security was on the area pretty damn fast. Flashlights coming out. Jacob runs back outside. He's looking for everyone.
I would be trying to sneak. I would be trying to be sneaky because that was our prerogative here.
Yeah,
We
okay,
don't
and
know
that's
who's
where the
doing
crit
it.
fail sneak comes in from Mary Mapleman, and you guys get spotted because you're literally just like clinging to a wall, and all of the lights are on at this point. So you guys get spotted
outside on a bin, by the way.
Yeah, did you guys then run, or did you, or was there a confrontation? Did you end up like killing some humans?
I think it would depend on if Jacob comes upon us at that time or not.
He's
there.
outside.
I'm sitting outside
Alright,
on a
he's
bin
outside.
trying to work out why the fuck you're not here.
So like there's blaring sounds, there's lights in your eyes, there are humans shouting at you, freeze! Stop right there! And no.
I'll look at Sir Quinn then.
If they're coming at me, I'm not gonna I'm just gonna punch them in the face pretty hard enough to kind of get them away from me. If they're shining this in my eye, I'm not gonna. I don't know if this is a weapon. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna grab
sunlight, so that's something.
the first one that gets near me and just wallop him in the face.
Okay.
Seeing a wallop, I definitely participate.
In just
But
walloping?
I think I attempt to not kill anyone.
Oh, that sounds like I'm gonna need you to make a roll of willpower.
Yeah.
Right there.
Alright.
Let's see, willpower plus what's
So,
How long has it been since you've been in a fight?
Too long. I mean, I ate that one guy, but
Yeah, that wasn't a real fight.
yeah.
That barely
So-
counted.
Just resolve or resolve in something else.
Yeah, it might just be. I think it's resolve plus resolve. We could do that.
Just okay.
Isn't it like
Let's see.
composure or something?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
isn't there
composure might work, yeah.
Composure?
Yeah, you're right. Let's do composure.
Sure. That's not.
Do you have
better
any
than
points in
resolve.
composure and resolve, Gangrel?
I have 3 points in resolve, but only 2 points in composure.
Oh, that's not too bad.
I dumped charisma, manipulation, and intelligence.
Hmm.
So you're welcome. All right. So resolve, composure is gonna be that total. Surprisingly well. 1, 2, 3, 4 successes.
Oh yeah, that's fine then. So these ones aren't really worthy adversaries, maybe for Ulrika.
I think I
You've already
punched the
fed.
first one. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, and he's already unconscious.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys end up mopping the floor with these humans. You don't kill them, but it's worth noting that these humans are going to remember 2 very odd-looking, supernaturally fast, like MMA athletes who downed them in the Museum of Sculptures on a fucking Wednesday night in London. It might raise a few eyebrows.
I don't think
that's all
Sir
I'm
Quinn
saying.
would have gone full super speed on them. I think he would have held back, he would have just kind of walked towards them, and as he realised they're shining this in his face, that's when he would have gone for them. So it's not like
It
I'm
took-
outright,
Yeah.
breaking
Took
everything.
all of my willpower to just not kill them. So I definitely didn't hold back on speed or anything.
They remember getting decked by a bearded biker and a ginger loony.
A ginger businesswoman because I'm in a suit.
Oh, yeah, it's
Sure is. That does make it.
Also-
the worst breaking and entering outfit ever.
Just to point out, we think this screaming noise is Jacob, so we're going towards the sound of the alarm. Not
Yeah,
anywhere else.
everywhere.
We're headed towards this alarm, yeah.
Yeah, you guys come out like 20 minutes later. After you
Where
identify that the wailing's coming from a
the fuck
light. It's
Have you
flashing.
been?
I think I'd try to break it if I found if it's coming from like a
Yeah,
box or
you do,
something, I'd
yeah.
just break it. Ugh.
Where the fuck have you been?
Where were
We
you?
heard screaming.
What was that noise?
That was the signal.
You're
You what?
welcome, by the way.
Oh yeah, thank you so much. I really needed help. I stole the thing and got right out, and I've been waiting here for you for the last 20 minutes. What the fuck have you been doing?
Dealing with a fussling like you.
There are like police crawling all over at this place. Sirens, ambulances.
All right, look. You can explain why it is that you decided to abandon the plan while we get in the sewers and go over to what's its face, to Cats. What's their face?
Do we go anywhere near the Church of St. Michael?
Well, to Cats in Knightsbridge. So Church of St. Michael. There's about 19 of them in London. Any specifics?
Where was it? Russell?
Chester Square was the one you
Chester Square.
I mean, we can go that way. It'll take about an extra 40 minutes, I guess. But yeah,
it's like 4 a.m. now, so you'd be cutting it pretty fine.
Like, well, we might well be hitting daylight, but at the same time, sewers. So, like, to Cat's place, you can get into from the sewers because they're not an idiot.
Well, our invitations are waiting for us at the Church of St. Michael's. If we wish to get in, we could always do it tomorrow, I guess, but...
No, you're probably right. We're
You
going to have to
can
be
go to
going over
church.
there once it gets dark.
We can... We'll get one of them to send a message to Cut and let them know where we are.
Oh, yeah. I mean, honestly, we'll nip in, we'll nip out. Like, we'll get there before dawn. What time of year is this?
Winter.
Oh, sick. Yeah, we'll get there. I mean, it's like 4 now. An hour, get there. It'll still only be 5 in the morning. It'll still be dark. And then we'll be able to go over to Cats hour and a half after that. So, like, unless you're planning on spending, like, an hour or 2 in there, we'll be fine.
Fair enough. Let's get going.
Church of St. Michael's, got it. Now, about the running in and fighting everybody.
You're welcome.
We heard
Yeah,
screams.
again, thank you so very much.
That was the signal.
I know,
So
the
we
scream
went in
thing.
to
Okay,
help
look,
you.
I don't know what it was, but I picked up the rose and the plinth started screaming. The little
you
rock thing
admit
was on.
that you caused that. You admit that was your fault. Just as long as we've got that.
Before we go any further, how many people did you kill?
None.
Okay, how many people did you hurt?
A lot.
What? 8?
And I don't suppose you did anything
12?
clever, like, for example, cover your face.
What?
Did you,
I
for
mean,
example, cover your face with anything like, I don't know, a bag or a stupid mask?
No.
Okay, well, best stay really laying low for the next forever for you two then.
We hit them pretty hard.
So did you kill
They
them?
might
Because if not,
forget
they're going to
everything.
remember being decked by a malodorous biker and a lunatic in a suit, aren't they?
Well, if they cause problems later, I'll kill them then.
Yeah, I suppose that does solve the problem in a weird, maudlin kind of way.
Can I just say in my head canon, right? This is what happened. English Jack has been like, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to be more stealthy, but they're all sitting under like 5 cameras.
Also, I
5
imagine like
security cameras.
as soon as Jacob turns his back, me and Ulrika just slowly high-five each other behind his back because we're proud of what we did.
This means
All
I
right,
kill
then.
the next people we find, though.
Okay then, well, we're going to some church that Quinn wants to go to, so maybe you can kill a nun or
Great.
something.
Wouldn't be the
I'd-
first time.
Rather you
Yeah.
didn't kill any members of my organization. I have vouched for you all, and
Monasteries are the best places to raid, though.
All right, tell you what, look, if we can't kill a nun, we'll find somebody on the way back that you can murder if
All right.
time allows.
Okay. Fine.
Right?
Fine.
I'm guessing we're walking already through this. We're not just
Yeah,
kind
we're walking. This is
Yeah,
this is sewer talk while walking.
Sewer
Sewer
talk.
talk.
We're not standing around hoping the police will catch us.
Yeah, no, I figured. I gave you guys that much credit. Despite it all.
Yeah.
Jacob, did you get the gift?
Oh yeah, it was actually, apart from the screaming plinth thing, which was honestly quite annoying. and the you beating everybody in the museum nearly to death thing. Honestly, the whole
Saving
thing
your
went off
life,
pretty.
yes.
Saving my life? What, from humans? Are you dozy?
You told us not to kill them, and now you're mad we didn't kill them. I'm
No,
very
Weaponized light,
I feel like
Jacob.
you're not grasping where my anger is directed. It's not the not killing. It's the charging in like jackasses and punching everyone in the face.
We agree to scream with the signal.
Yeah. Do I usually scream like a high-pitched mechanical sound, do I? Have you ever
If I
heard
had
it? No,
to-
probably.
If I had to put
I've
some
not-
crowns
I've
on
not
it,
heard
that's
you
what I
scream.
would guess.
I
Oh, for fuck's sake.
sounded like a scream I had never heard before, and I've never heard you scream.
That is some amazing logic. We'll talk about why that's stupid later on.
How about you scream for us now, so we're used to it?
It's a weak note for later.
But, okay then, when I do, and it doesn't sound like the mechanical scream, will you accept that you're fucking idiots, or should we just, leave it at that?
I'll keep it in my pocket for next time.
Okay then, well we'll get on that.
And then I reach in my
Anyway,
pocket, and
anyway,
I have like a
I got
shiny
the
silver.
rose. I got the rose. It was a doddle. I hope she likes this fucking piece of shit because it looks like rubbish. This is like diamond rose or something. It's probably worth millions.
I thought it'd be bigger.
I mean, it's made out of diamond, so I honestly don't think
I can get
size
us a
is
nice
really
base
important.
for it.
A
We need a
base.
base for it. Yes.
I mean, we can probably see
Yeah.
if we can find like a hardware store or like a warehouse outlet or something. I don't know, like a shop for a vase.
I just know I've.
Okay, look, we've got a bit of a list, right?
places.
We need to go and get to the
Yeah.
church. We need to find you someone to kill if time allows, and potentially some form of exciting interior decorating for this fucking rose.
Try not to get any sewer on it, though.
On the rose? Well, that's
Sewer.
honestly not guaranteed, but I'll do my best.
Some of these
Yeah.
things are really sticky.
Extra
Yeah, I mean,
sewery.
it is a sewer. Like, you've literally just stepped in another man's shit right there. Also, that's a
At this
dead rat.
point-
You might want to avoid that one.
Oh, I should also note as well. Meanwhile, just so you guys know, Rahat, Lily, and Takat, you guys are having the best vampire sleep you guys have ever had, thanks to Mary Maple Men's crit success donation to you guys. I mean, you're just like having good vampire dreams. Like, I'm being fucking into people, like killing
Oh, the
Inquisition.
screaming.
Yeah, it's just it's something about Rahat's place. It's just got some really good vampire energy to it. And
It's just humans jumping over a fence.
Once this whole Mithras thing's sorted out, I'm going to go to Canada and poison the entire fucking water supply. The collateral damage will work.
Excuse.
it's alright. Canadians still apologize to you for it.
Now,
Alright,
before
so
we
you guys arrive. Oh yeah, okay, no, go ahead. You're about to arrive, so
before we go inside, this is
We're going
best
inside.
behavior. Well, you can
Do
stay
we
down
have
here
to?
if you want. No, you. To be honest, I would probably rather you stay down here. My
we can stay down
organization
here
is somewhat strict, and if we're found snooping around, if you're found snooping around, there may be consequences. If anyone
I mean-
asks, just mention
Yeah,
my
we'll
If you
name.
want to
find
go in on
something
your
more
own,
fun to
it's
do while we
really
do
not an
that.
issue. Right,
Okay.
Yeah, just go. We'll find something better.
right.
And I'll kind of. Is it this one? Because I don't know where I am. I'm still under
Yeah,
the sewer.
it's you go up through the metal hole, and it's the big church-like building right in front of you.
Have fun, you two. And I will head to the church.
yeah, it's simple enough looking church in Chester Square. There are a few sort of like candles burning on inside, but it doesn't look like there's much going on. How do you want to enter? Do you just like knock on the door, or
Muted, Quinn.
Whoops. Yeah. So I will kind of. I'll try the door to start with. Churches are normally like, as long as it's not obviously locked, I will just try and open it and walk inside.
Okay. Yeah, you step on in, and the church is quiet but austere, and it has that sort of just smell of church about it. The incense has been burning there, and the simple adornments. There is a woman who's up, even despite the hour. I suspect this might be the person spoken to on the phone, because she turns and she's a woman in her 30s who's wearing pretty simple, religious attire, just shirt and jeans. Has a backpack over her back as though she was heading out. Blonde hair, green eyes, and looks towards you. Sir Quinn?
Yes. Are you Sir Eleanor? Sister Eleanor.
That is I. I was about to give up on you. It's getting early.
There are a few hours left in the day. There were some complications. Any idea what's going on? Why I'm awake?
Well, your awakening is news to us. I'm not sure exactly why you've come to us now, but I suspect it must be important.
Is it because of the Second Inquisition I've heard about?
Perhaps so. They are certainly a troublesome element in the city right now. You ought to be very careful about revealing yourself to anyone, but particularly those in the police force. I'm not sure if you've ran into them yet, but Operation Antigen has connections to the police. They are essentially Secret Service.
How long has this been going on?
Past 2 years or so. They have methods to kill kindred, highly advanced technologies. They're aware of the kindred presence within the city, and they seek to eliminate it wherever they can. They've already killed hundreds. Every week there are more.
And the organization still stands? Do we know anything?
Yes, albeit weakened.
Do we know
Yes.
anything of Mithras? I hear he's gone.
I hear the same, but there are rumors. I hear whispers that he may not be dead, but nothing that can be confirmed. If he is in the city and he is still alive, then he's laying low, very low. Perhaps he has something to do with your awakening. But if that is the case, his plan has not yet become clear to us. No doubt it will, when he wants it to be.
He'll kind of stop and realize that he's been staring at her for too long. And Queen Anne, the prince, is she to be trusted?
Certainly not, no. But she is powerful and useful. We have an alliance of sorts with her, but on a case-by-case basis. If we have something useful, we bring it to her and ask for a favor. She always upholds her end of the bargain, but only if the prize is worth it. I have those invitations for you. And she unslings her backpack and hands you some letters.
He'll kind of give the Latin thank you that's kind of synonymous in the order. And I take it I should receive a welcome reception tomorrow. It's not likely to be hostile.
Correct. There should be no dissent among the ranks at any of the Queen's galas, but always be on the lookout for Operation Antigen. I very much doubt they could appear at such an event as this, but, well, you never can be too careful. Make sure you're not being followed. And you mentioned some of the names on this list are very, very old vampires, yes?
Yes. Zakat, Ulrika, they're much older than I.
Powerful too, but they should be careful around the Queen. Rumor has it she is a unrepentant diablerist, looking to consume blood of elders.
I will make sure they're given fair warning. I took it as my task to protect Takat. I believe that they may be targeted, so I will proceed with that in the meantime. If you could look into some of these names yourself, just so I know if everyone can be trusted, and they are who they say they are.
And you're referring to the coterie, right?
Yeah, my own coterie.
Mm.
Quinn's always very thorough. And he'll kind of, I thank you for your time. If you could arrange one of the thralls to head to my lockup, I have something in need of repair.
She gives a little smirk as though she might know what you're talking about. Very well. Well, it's been an honor to meet you, Sir Quinn. Should you need me, then I'm here most nights.
And he'll kind of smile. Thank you. Till another day, another night. And he'll kind of head back down to the sewers.
Okay. Jake, have you been spying on this whole thing? You're muted.
You're muted.
I would do, but I'm worried of crit failing while walking. So no, I would have stayed downstairs with Ulrika at this point. I've probably broken into his lockup so many times before this point. I already know who these dickheads are.
Sure. Okay, so then Sir Quinn returns.
He will flash the invitations. I have what we were after, and it sounds like tomorrow evening may be trickier than we first thought. Ulrika, I'll give you the message firsthand. The Queen has a taste for that of the elder blood. She may well pay more of an interest in you than the rest of us.
I mean, you're an elder too by age, right?
Yeah.
Like, honestly, the only people who she's not going to care about are Lillian and me.
Well,
I'm
if
well
she
aware
tries to
that you-
diablerize me, I'll just diablerize her back.
That's the spirit.
Forewarned is forearmed. Right.
Thank you.
The day approaches.
Okay, yeah, we got to get back to Takat before the sun rises. I mean, it's not actually it don't really matter at all, but like they'll probably be grouchy if we're not.
They're probably already asleep.
Oh well.
I have also been warned that there is a chance we have a tail or could be followed, so...
There ain't nobody following me through the sewers, mate, so don't even worry about it.
I only have a tail sometimes.
No, I mean, thanks for the warning, but any human who tracks me through the sewer, I would like to give a little reward to so he can find us so Ulrika can kill him to death.
Well, I've told you what I know. I've been up front with you.
No, that's
I
good,
hope
man.
you'll
That's
be
good.
up front with me as well.
And you have the invites, eh?
Yes, one for each of us.
All right, well, let's get moving then. Unless there's any other churches or a mosque maybe or something you want to stop in on the way.
Not unless I can pillage it.
I don't think we should pillage it right yet. Like, give it a couple of days to settle in.
Probably right.
But there is the whole incipient police knowing exactly what you look like problem.
I don't believe they were police. They didn't have the
Oh, well, then
sigil.
I hope you broke their voice boxes so they can't tell the police.
Probably a few of them. I throat punched them.
Yeah, no, fair point. But seriously though, they probably will pass on that information.
I don't believe where Ulrika was focusing her punches is called the voice box. Somewhere else more tender.
Oh, God,
Both.
really? Oh, every time with you.
Right,
So
Susie
we'll
for
go
the
back.
raid. Thank you, guys. Welcome in.
We'll head
Good
off
vampires.
to Cat
Absolutely.
arguing about whether it's appropriate to nut shot people in a fight.
Perfectly fair
It's
game.
really- it's really. Yeah, go ahead.
And while we're walking, Ulrika's gonna be messing with that silver, shiny box thing that she found off that guy she ate last time we played, because she has no idea what it is. She wants to know that, and she was really bored while he was in the church. Took like
Okay.
10 whole minutes.
Yeah, you can play with it in the. You get some sewer play in on the way back.
Classic sewer play.
Mm,
Don't
my
Google
favorite. Yeah, really don't.
Or do. We're not king shaming you,
that-
if that's your thing.
Keep that safe search on, my friends. Yeah. All right, so you head back to you heading over to Cat's place. Okay. You're greeted by the doorman and Mr. Anderson, who lets you in. Tells you that right now everyone else is resting. It can be awoken if needed.
I mean, I don't think we want to wake them up. They'll be well stroppy. Like, if anything, I feel like we just crash on the sofas. That's, I don't know. But have any of you got rooms here?
Accommodations are this way.
What?
Please, follow me.
There's like a sewer room.
Yeah.
I'd say, are we sleeping in the toilet? Because I'm not up for it.
Real sewery room.
I'm blocking your toilet as well if
my.
he takes me into a toilet, just so we're clear.
And Fate the Merry Maple Man donates £3. Okay, just one more crit fail. This one is for Ulrika's next attempt to resist her urge to loot, pillage, or maim. I appreciate that. Needs to happen. So, yeah, you guys all get some rest. In that case, well, in fact, I'll ask the question: is anyone doing anything in the nights that I need to know about?
Just trying to figure out what this box is.
Everyone speaks. You're all up to no good. Yeah, I heard Lindy first. What was he trying to figure out?
This box thing I looted off that guy I ate. You said it was like a silver
Yeah,
box like thing. Just trying to figure out what that is.
Yeah, you could roll something
Oh,
in
boy.
tech. Yeah.
Oh, in tech.
Okay.
That's going to go incredibly well for me.
So it would be. Damn it, that's the wrong character sheet. I'm looking up. There it is.
I'm not at all archaic.
You could roll a the intelligence plus technology.
Okay,
And might as well give it a roll.
I got a success. On my one
Hey!
dice, but it's a roll for that roll.
And thank you to Morgana Le Fay, who gives a crit fail at my discretion. I appreciate that. So,
That's the worst
considering
kind of
what,
crit fail. That's not even specific. That's an
considering
awful
whether
kind
to
of
just
crit fail.
give this to Ulrika so that she can only has like Angry Birds on the phone or something. But no, you have started to unlock the mysteries of this device, Ulrika. It strikes you as a very ancient and magical artifact, which no doubt has great powers, if only you could fully understand it. I mean, how's your English, Ulrika, in terms of, like, reading? How's your reading comprehension like?
So, her intelligence is at 1, and she
Right.
has no academics. She's real great with ancient Norse runes, like real good. And she's picked up some languages just because
God,
travel and
let's hope
speaking.
it's the poetic Edda then.
I'd
How
say
do I
her-
convert
her-
this to runes?
Because English has been around for a while and Vikings
Yeah.
were in England a bit. I'd say her English is probably her second best. So she
Yeah,
probably
okay,
does know
yeah.
English.
Yeah, so you know, you're starting to figure out what this stuff does. The problem is when you're an ancient like Nordic Viking vampire, the uses of what a telephone or of what an iPhone can do aren't necessarily super coherent. So you know, there's a lot of stuff which you're going to need to figure out. This will definitely be
Yeah.
a process. But I just love the idea
Cool.
of like Ulrika going to bed every night and just like trying to figure out the iPhone more and more each
Thinking
night.
it's a magical artifact, just reverently placing it there,
Yeah,
cautiously.
Thing is,
Yeah,
if it's a good enough iPhone, she might finally have the ancient quest and get Clash of Clans and like be
Oh
happier
my
than she's
God,
ever been in her
you're
life.
you
So
lose all your money. Yeah, that's definitely going to be a long-term goal to see if we can get Clash and Clans involved. Okay, Rahat, what is it that you're up to this spooky evening?
I think we were playing it out like we were all sleeping, but I think like the only reason Rahat didn't interrupt the conversation between Lillian and Takatatet is because she probably found some books to read and was like trying to update herself on whatever. So
Right.
I don't know however many books I stole from that library where the dude was like, take as many as you want, but she
Yeah.
definitely grabbed a number of them and has read front to back at least like 4 books tonight.
Okay, cool. Yeah, then you know, the problem is they're not like necessarily books for
No.
modern life for
They're
dummies.
like
so
coffee table books. They're like half useless. Like they're like
There's like one of them's like a trashy romance, you know.
An erotic
Oh,
history
God.
of pottery through the ages.
hey, there's some use in
Volume
that.
Yeah. Yeah, volume 3, it really kicks off there actually. So you know, you got a good one. But no, you know, you're picking things up. You're picking things up. I like the idea that Rahat is starting to get a few like super modern references that you'll start to make that no one else will get. So play with that as you will. And Jacob, what are you up to?
I mean, I've broken in here before, but I'm gonna break in again. I mean, I'm already in, but I'm gonna start breaking into, you know, chests, desk drawers, stuff like that.
Okay, it's the kind of thing where Takat might have some defenses up, but also I don't know if there's anything of use around. Is the other thing, because this is one of your houses, Takat. Is this a place where?
Oh,
You
that's
know,
fine.
would
It's not a
Jacob
problem if I don't.
find
It's not a problem
anything?
if I don't find anything. I'm just gonna break in anyway. That's what I do.
It's the principle of the matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, it isn't. This isn't a haven, so there's anything there. It's literally just like a nice, like apartment, like fit for like a
Human
very like
things.
rich person. Yeah. You probably find like in some old like safe, some like old papyrus probably like preserved and stuff, or
Oh,
like
that's nice.
scanned.
It's not boring. Like I'm not
Mhm.
disappointed. It's okay. The fact that there was a safe that I could break into was probably quite a happy bonus for me.
What's in here? Oh, it's reading material.
Ah, it's paper from a long time ago. Fantastic. It's in wiggly writing. Okay.
Did it?
And then I'll probably go to bed after breaking into enough stuff.
You guys rest, and you've had a pretty good rest thanks to that critical success donation there. But you guys sleep through the day, and as the morning comes, it's time for our morning rouse check. So every night that you rise from your slumber, you must make a rouse check, and let's dictate all your hunger stuff basically. And
a quick question, Will.
yes.
When I was in the car waiting for a hat, was I able to kind of reduce my hunger by feeding and stuff?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Whenever you feed, you should be able to reduce it by 1, and I think if you drain a victim, then you go right back down.
So we're rolling 1d10?
1d10, yeah.
1d10. You're looking for a 6 or more. Oh, these are some good rolls.
Hey.
Hey, you got a 9.
Man, you guys
Wow,
are killing
nobody
it.
gives any sort of
Destroying
shit
the
about
average,
hunger.
yeah.
This is what happens with crit sleep.
Yeah, crit sleep
Yeah,
is...
Crit sleep, we're not hungry.
Yep, you guys wake up and you've been in torpor for so long that like you can wait a little longer for another snack. Maybe that's it. So as night has fallen, I mean, night falls pretty quickly in winter England. So you can probably get up around 6-7 p.m. Have a whole night ahead of you.
I walk out and there's just like people. Well, no, there's like extra people in my house. Like, oh.
Yeah, at some
cool.
point Rahat like comes like down, looks around at all the people, just goes into the fridge for some packaged blood with Takatatet would know that she prefers, and then like just takes her snack and walks back upstairs. Like, no.
I think
God, she's
Lillian
so
would
emo.
come out just wearing a silk gown that would have been left in the room, and looking
that's
quite
Holly's.
relaxed. Hey,
That belongs to Holly.
ugh. No,
The
it's
big
far too
one.
nice for Holly. No.
That's what Holly said.
And she'll be kind of stretching and just really relaxed, and then sees these new people and freezes.
I like your dress actually. That's better than the suit that you usually wear. It's quite like, what's the word? Is it like silky? It's pretty. Lavender, nice.
Don't touch it.
I'm not going to touch it. I'm on the other side of the. No, I was just complimenting you on the curves of your. It's ever so pretty.
And I just ignore him completely and turn to Kat. Did you sleep well?
I did. I don't miss the sarcophagi. So the new contraption is very ingenious, actually.
Oh?
Yes, it dampened all sound and was quite comfortable. Better than
that
how
sounds
it used
delightful.
to be. Yes.
And I
Hello.
pointedly look at Jacob.
Yeah, I was thinking that, yeah.
What?
Hello, Jacob, Ulrich, Sir Quinn. Welcome.
You said we
to
were
my
supposed
house.
to meet here, so we came here.
Good night.
And what's his your butler let us in?
I did say Lillian, but that's fine.
Oh, was it Lillian's? Was your meeting? Was it? Oops, doodle.
But that's fine.
Seems she
everyone's
wasn't
fine.
home.
Oh yeah. Yeah. We went there, and for some reason they said she'd come here. No.
We read all about London, everyone else's homes until
It's been an
we came
absolute
here.
mare. Have you any idea how much of the fucking sewer we have seen this last night?
I can only imagine.
So much fun. I
We
can never wear a
apologize.
suit again, though.
I look her up and down at what she's done to that suit. Yes, I think that's probably for the best.
We apologize for any intrusion, but
No, of course not. You're fine.
No.
last night was somewhat fruitful. I have acquired us all invitations to the party tonight.
Oh, that is good. And like
And
the
I got-
cat goes into her fridge and like is making like a ham sandwich.
I got this rose as well that we might want to give to the Ventru woman.
Oh, that is beautiful. Yes. Lillian was
Yeah.
actually saying we should do some research on her.
Well, the loony Malk said she want flowers, and I thought, he said flowers, he said art, so here's a diamond rose. Magic.
And you just happened to find that floating around in the sewer, did you?
No, we would have got away with
That
it
came
very
after.
easily, and it wouldn't have been a problem. But certain members of our party have poor impulse control, so as it happens, we still got away with it and everything's fine, but it might be best if, you know, Quinn and Ulrika don't actually wander about in public places for the next, like, months.
As you say that,
Or I could just never wear a suit again. They'll never
That's
recognize me.
completely hidden. Takhat looks at Ulrika, hearing like the kind of misbehaving, and like you see this like more than anything else anyone's ever seen, this playful smile comes up and it says, "Did you kill anyone? How many did you kill?"
Someone, and she looks at Jacob.
Look, I'm not.
Didn't-
Look, it's.
Want anyone to die, to be killed? So I just.
I thought.
Look,
Look, I just thought it might be better if we didn't go around murdering a huge number of people and draw a massive amount of attention. It's bad enough that we actually got away with this rose anyway.
Well, I agree with you that it is a good idea, but it is Ulrika, and what kind of weapons do
Honestly,
they have? Is
I
it
was as
completely
surprised as
different?
anyone, boss.
They had
Like-
very different weapons. They didn't get a chance to use them, obviously, but they were very strange looking.
So you left them
Takhat is
alive?
engrossed in that
They
conversation.
had light on a stick.
Like,
It
actually,
was like
they,
a
they,
stick.
Attached
they
They
had-
pointed.
to a gun.
what were you guys
or
doing in the
something?
40s? They had torches then, you loonies.
Yeah. Yeah, not like tiny ones attached to like this, like, you know, a gun though or whatever.
So you left witnesses?
kept calling itself
Oh,
an expert.
do you not have? That's not what your museum guards look
No.
like. My bad.
no, we
No, they
we have
don't
this,
get
we have
taken out
this
like the
crazy
CIA.
thing where we just don't give everyone a ton of weapons. It's weird. It's weird, man. I mean, I don't agree with it. As an American, I obviously believe that all museum guards should have as many weapons as
This is how long-
they
this is how
want.
long it took, is it? This is how long it
Yeah,
took.
I've been in
to
Georgia
become an
for a week,
American.
and
I've
yeah.
lived here for 5 minutes, and now I certainly support gun ownership, for example.
That's right. That's right.
Well, I look forward to seeing more of these future weapons.
They were all wearing very plain uniforms. There was no decorum, no obviously display of rank. It's very strange.
Yeah,
And
there
you
was
left
security
no
guards,
helmets.
and they had torches. To clarify, I don't feel like this is. I know it's been security guards with torches. They had them in the 40s. I know you guys weren't in England at that time, but fucking hell.
Yeah, to be fair to security guards, they really haven't upgraded a lot. It's in the past like 60
You know,
years in
They
England.
have a
like-
Segway now. Thank you, William. A Segway is a institution for any security guard.
Do they really get fucking
really keeps you
segways?
safe.
I'm basing everything off Paul Blart Mall Club. So
Oh, okay, cool.
as most of my life skills come from.
That guy probably knows.
So
I'm terribly confused by all of this. There were no threats, so you chose to leave witnesses.
We heard screaming, and we were told not to kill people, so we didn't. But if we see them again, I'll just kill them later.
And you made that decision, did you?
Where are your invites? Where is your gift?
what? Oh
Well,
yeah,
One
got
question at a time.
We were taking care of everything last night, and you were
Some
slipping
bits
into
more
that.
successfully than others.
Couldn't even find a whole outfit to put on.
I'm sorry, am I making you uncomfortable?
That's not out of character. That's in character.
I'm terribly sorry. Am I making you feel uncomfortable?
Actually, I quite enjoy it. You can keep it on if you want.
Too kind.
Quinn does look away. You did make him feel a little bit uncomfortable.
Good.
I do have somewhat of a warning, though. I spoke to my organization. They have warned me about this Second Inquisition, and apparently they have killed a lot of kindred, potentially thousands. also, I've been warned about the prince, Queen Anne. Apparently, she has acquired a taste for elder kindred blood. So, those of us with the more potent blood need to be a little bit more careful.
I will put my hand out to Lillian for a high five at this point.
I absolutely ignore him.
Seriously? Nothing? No? Alright, fuck you.
Do put that down. The stench is unbearable.
Yeah, I know actually. It's quite good, isn't it? I've been working on this one.
That is actually quite fortunate. The cat is gonna go to like a cupboard and get out the like most finest like wine holding kind of apparatus. It's like stylish and it's all like very nice and crystal, and it's about a liter.
Lillian will instantly move to his side and hold her hand out to take it from him. Then.
Oh, thank you.
That's funny. I didn't think serving was your bag.
It just shows how little you know, doesn't it?
I guess it might do.
If the prince enjoys elder blood, then why not reacquaint her with some of the oldest as a gift?
Yeah, that's
I
probably
don't
going to be
look
better
down.
than the flour, actually.
I don't look down on those who wish to partake. It was a practice back in my day.
It was much more common before the Camarilla.
Yes.
Careful. The
She
trouble with
just like
the,
knowing looks. Like, yeah, those were the days.
I look at the cat. So, careful. The trouble with the really old vintages is you acquire something of a taste for it.
I'm
Nothing
counting
tastes
on it.
quite as good again.
Oh, I'm counting on it. And they will look at you for a moment and then put their hands on the goblet and slowly slide it out of your hand.
So,
I'll be
am I right in
a few
saying,
minutes.
boss, your plan revolves around the idea that we're going to start a low-key war, or we're going to keep this kind of subtle?
No, I'm going to offer her salt, wine, and blood, friendship, partnership.
Right, is that with the betrayal later, or is... Because I know we've done both, right? Are we doing the betrayal thing after, or are we...
Well, I plan to give...
actually...
Do you believe it's a good idea for you to know the entire plan, what with your complete inability to stop your mouth from moving constantly?
I mean, I know all sorts of things, actually, that I don't say out loud. Point and
I'm
look.
sure.
I will not betray the prince unless betrayed first. I'm giving my
Same.
word, and I give my word not lightly.
Okay, just where I know... I don't mind if we're betraying her. I just want to know where we stand.
You, as always, are free to do as you wish.
Oh, yeah, I remember. Yeah, free. Yeah, right. Okay, good.
Freer than most, friend. And
Freer
they will
than
kind of
some.
go and go to a room and start draining some of their blood to fill up a liter in this goblet.
Nice.
Lillian will stay just a little bit too close to Sir Quinn, just waiting for him to flinch.
Lovely moon out there tonight, isn't it?
How have you been alive this long and this is making you this uncomfortable?
I grew up in a time of courtship and sonnets and songs, and I'm not used to sing.
Yeah, but you had oars then, right?
But
Yes. Yes.
Peculiar.
That is all we had in Sweden, actually.
How peculiar that you should be so fine with seeing the blood and viscera of your enemies, and yet a lady's décolletage makes you all aflutter.
And at that point, Orca just completely flashes him just because she thinks it's funny. to see him.
Lillian, do a bit of a stretch for him. See if that does anything.
just hold your gaze for a second and then slowly, excuse me, and walk back into my room to get changed.
You see, Quinn, you upset her.
How could you tell? What? Shall we get prepared
or
for
he can
this
put your top
evening?
back down. I think he's gonna explode.
I didn't realize it.
Fine.
Didn't realize it was that cold. Now, does this place have an armory? Where can we equip ourselves? I don't like to go in. And he really gulps as he says this, naked, so to speak.
Okay, when you say armory, what were you thinking of equipping yourself with?
I don't. Well,
A sword?
I can't. I would love a sword, but I don't think we're gonna.
Right,
That's
just
what
to
I
put this
mean.
in perspective for you, anything that is longer than your coat is too long to bring with you. So you can maybe have a dagger.
I always have weapons with me. I'm never unarmed.
It's been 70 years, Jacob. Are you telling me they've not invented some thing that can get bigger when you need it?
Hold on a second, I'll get Lillian back.
That was an alley oop. That was.
Set up and knock down.
Yeeted. Okay. What? I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. Anderson. Is he here?
Yes. He appears from nowhere. Slides into frame.
I'm Tuesday.
Thank you for old retainering in so quickly.
Was he Jeremy Price last time? I can't remember.
He is now.
This is weekend, Anderson.
Anderson, have you got like I don't know, like an extendable weapon of some description in the place? I know it sounds. I know. Like a.
Quinn already has one. He just doesn't know how to use it.
Boom.
An
High
extendable
fives,
weapon.
Ulrika.
What do you mean? What kind?
Well, where does one go to buy weapons? If a knight wanted to equip
you need-
himself,
Quinn, do you need a weapon?
I have a sword, but it doesn't seem in keeping.
Only one? You only have one sword.
It's very big.
Is that compensation then?
I need two hands to hold it.
To my understanding, it would be rather indelicate to bring a weapon to such a soiree. These are events to be enjoyed. There will be no fighting.
It's not like a joust then.
No, man. It's nobody's going to attack you there.
No. The Queen
This not even
enforces
going to be
strict rules on her
fighting for
subjects.
sport. There's no stallion fights.
What you mean, like cockfighting or something?
Alien.
Yes. Yeah, Vikings used to have horse fights.
Imagine a
Sadly-
Viking fighting a horse like a Geordie.
Like a Geordie. Jesus.
Vikings versus horses.
Cockfighting wasn't good enough. They did horse fighting. They were like, go big or go home.
Yeah, man.
I mean,
Anderson
unless you
explains.
change the law.
Sadly, such days are past the mortals' enjoyment anymore.
How about something discreet?
I flip a table.
Wouldn't
Just out of frustration.
my orange juice. Something more discreet that wouldn't particularly be noticed. I'm thinking something that could be pocketed or worn or.
Why are you so obsessed about? You can punch through like a wall. Why do you need a stick?
You can have a roll full
Because
of nickels.
These are other kindred. I have been warned that we need to keep ourselves safe. This is what I do, Jacob. You told me you could do things in the museum, and what happened. This is what I do. So you stand back and know your place here.
All right, easy there.
Tonight. Oh yeah, take out rather if you got something.
As you say that, Taka kind of comes out with a full kind of blackened crystal kind of goblet, kind of corked. I believe he is referring to the armory. A few buildings down. You can take your pick, Sir Quinn. And I actually have an armory in my haven.
Ah,
Yeah, Anderson was going to explain the concept of like, right? You know what guns are.
Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
I don't really see myself.
I don't
using
like
it. I want
them.
just like a
But
knuckle
I know
duster
about
or
them.
something.
Sure, yeah. Yeah,
Some
and
big
safe to say
rings.
then that you could arm yourself with any, basically cosmetic weapon that you want.
I'm
And there would
thinking
be
extendable,
handguns
like
and
a
stuff.
nightstick, like the ones that flick out, and then a
Yeah.
Bring a
knuckle
cane.
duster.
Pretend you're old.
Pretend.
Or just kind of fancy.
Sword cane. That is a badass look
Mhm.
for a bike.
I used to have one when I played another game. It was great. Well, yes, if you want a weapon, I can take you to the armory. This
I-
whole building is actually mine, so.
Lillian will
Quinn
come out
can't-
of the
Quinn-
bedroom fully dressed now.
Quinn kind of gives a bow, like a nod and a thank you.
Stop bowing,
Okay.
Quinn. You're fine.
It's
So
no fun
the
when
cat
you
takes
make
you
it so
to the
easy, Quinn.
the cat takes you to the Bat Cave to get fully
To the
loaded
pyramid.
up on. Yeah, fully loaded up on that weaponry. And
while
yeah,
while we're
whatever you
there,
want, really,
can
I
I?
guess.
Do you have like armor in there and stuff to cap?
It's an armory, so it's just a stocked armory. I have armory 2, I believe, because I was a warring pharaoh, so I'm used to having weapons.
Sir Quinn's gonna kind of hint around really unsubtly that perhaps, or like maybe in way of a compliment, that a stab vest might look really good on you. In a really hinting way that you need to keep yourself safe. But like it's completely, he's not good at this. Maybe one could wear this.
Yes, I don't know. They've restocked it, kept it up to date. So if it seems durable, then you are a man of war.
I was thinking for yourself. It really brings out your eye.
Even though this is several buildings away and I can't hear this, I'm still going to scream wanker from several buildings.
Quinn, do you really think that will protect against the sort of threats that the prince may pose? Unless we're going to clad them head to toe, I think Takat themselves is a better defense.
I'm just concerned about everyone's well-being. Again, it's not my place to tell Cat what they're going to do.
Of course not. But after this event, if you want to follow me around a few wardrobes, you can tell me what else brings out my eyes.
God, you are the seest Brujar I have ever met in my life.
He will kind of nod and kind of realise that he's overstepped a little bit, and then he'll go to kind of grabbing himself a few bits and bobs.
I pat you on the shoulder and kind of walk out.
Lillian will be admiring the collection of various knives and testing the edges.
Nice. In a case in this room, there is just a gold Kolpesh
Ooh.
that is like locked in a case.
Mm.
Nice. Okay.
Memories.
All right, so you guys get suited and booted. What next?
To the event.
You can choose to go to the party anytime. Yeah. If there's anything else you want to do before, if there's a scene anyone wants to do, then we can do that before. But if not, we can all head off to the party.
I'm
think-
hoping. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. Go ahead.
I'm hoping that Quinn might get a phone call to say that his bike is ready.
Yeah, it takes no time at all to repair 40s motorcycles
Yeah.
to working order that have been in a garage for 70 years. Fucking easy.
They've just bought you a new one.
I hope they just bought you a
Hope they won't notice.
It's like a 40s motorcycle will be such a piece of shit.
He's not
I think
that
that's the
dad,
point,
like-
though.
Yeah, he would, like, it's like a knight looking after his horse, but I think he would take a nice new one as well. But if he gets that call, if not, he's happy to ride in the limo.
Okay, yeah, this call doesn't come through, unfortunately. Because they would also need to work in the night. But yeah. All right, so the limo rolls up and you guys get ready to go. And it is at the Shard, which is a big fancy new building in London. And 2012, I guess it's new. And so you guys roll up. It takes you, oh, go ahead.
Shoot a stop at Tower Bridge on the way in, where she has just jumps into the Thames, swam down to the base, where she's had like a hollowed out section on the inside. She's got a cache of some Viking. She's a Viking. She stashes shit in places, and so she'd pull out find a nice Chinese, very expensive vase, and be like, "Oh, that'll do for the flower," and then get a nice set of, I think, more of her traditional type of clothing, because the suit's ruined, and we're going to a vampire get together. She can wear whatever the fuck she wants, and so
you're gonna look like Senua.
Yes.
Brilliant.
Dope. Alrighty. So
And she'll
you
just
guys...
hand the vase to Jacob.
What? No, I
Sure.
think we're not really giving her a fucking. Oh, all right, fine, we'll keep it.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't actually need to put a diamond rose in a. Oh, yeah, all right. It's very nice actually. Why is it?
Understand
Like
presentation.
Sang Dynasty, is it? Ming. Okay, actually, I'll keep hold of this, and yeah, absolutely, no problem. I'll absolutely give the prince the vase with the rose, 100%, no doubt. You can
Seems
trust
good.
me.
To the event.
The day I don't is the day you die. And she just gives you a nice pat on the
This
shoulder.
is fast travel.
I'll probably rock forward from the pat and headbutt the wall or something.
I'm frantically throwing out cheese.
Okay, so you arrive at the Shard, and there are other guests going inside to this event. You're not going in exactly through the front door, you're going in through a side entrance, which looks like it's where the sort of elites will go in. You see that there's a security team inside, past the glass, all discreetly armed, guarding the area. You can spot that they each have a large pistol, and they're all sort of obviously a oiled machine. They're dressed in hand-tailored suits bearing a pin with the Queen's crest as you enter. One of them comes forwards and asks to see your invitations.
Quinn, over to you.
Yeah, so Quinn will step forward and sees the one that got them together. These are with me as well.
They take them and unseal them and nod. One of them then radios in and asks for the lift to be sent down. One of the ghouls, while you're waiting for the lift to come down, says, "You did bring a gift, I hope."
Oh yeah, got you covered, mate. Fantastic. Best gift you've ever seen. Oh.
Yes. Your name?
Unimportant.
Pleasure to meet you. I just take it as that.
Yeah, there's no emotion on this one's face. It's clearly well under the thrall of a powerful kindred, as are the others with it and the rest of the security team. The lift sort of dings, opens, and the ghouls part for you to enter.
Lillian will walk past them and note the obedience and enjoy that very much. And just kind of tilt her head at
Yep.
this slightly and nod.
My favorite part was the part where we didn't have to remember names. That was so good.
No, one of them said the name was unimportant. Don't forget that.
That's I like that. That's good stuff.
Aren't they all?
It is impressive. You don't like, what have a name tag? Holly? This you sense is probably a little display of power that Queen Anne is giving off. It is impressive to have all these ghouls just in plain sight in the middle of London like that. But hey, you enter into a lift, and it is headed to the 66th floor of the building. Awkward elevator music plays for a couple of minutes while you ascend, while the six of you are crammed into the lift together. And as the doors part and the little bell rings, the view you see as you step out from the lift is quite spectacular. All of London is laid out before you, granting a sensation of power and supremacy that you sense is entirely the point. Across this large atrium, surrounded by shaded glass, is a party unlike any other. If you've ever been to a kindred gathering like this is probably familiar to you. It's incredibly opulent. There's all sorts of food on display. And of course, by food, I do mean mortals who slavishly are dancing to kindred who occasionally will take sips, as it were, from them. And drinks as well. And of course, by drinks, I do mean blood, which has been sort of filtered and brought into, champagne flutes and the like, and which is being offered around by many of the servant mortals. You do not immediately spot where the prince is, no doubt deeper within the party. But you're immediately there and can go where you please. You've got quite a large space. The whole floor looks as though it's been rented out for this event.
Takat kind of looks like they have like the chin thing. They're wearing like a very nice suit, but on like a pin there is just the kind of crook and flail as like a pin. It's like kind of like silver and black and about, and I think they're going to look for people that they may recognize if anyone is around.
First glance, there aren't any vampires or kindred here. Probably old enough. Well, I guess there probably are. None that you recognize from your time here in London, let's say. Perhaps they spend more time here in London, or perhaps less. But you do get a sense that this current floor is a younger generation, certainly than most of you guys.
Boss, any orders specifically, or is it just the usual gather information, find out everything?
I look towards you and I just say, one moment. You, there, not important.
Nods.
I
Yes.
believe we're on the wrong floor.
It smirks. No, you're exactly where you need to be. But if you can find your way up to the 67th floor, then the prince will see you there.
Don't tempt her.
Yeah, this would be an appalling time on an epic scale.
I step
'Cause
forward.
are we under what's it fucking called? The thing where nobody can hurt each other? That thing? Right now?
Haven.
No, it's what's that fucking word?
Elysium.
Elysium. Are we in Elysium right now? Because if she gets tempted and kills people, then we're going to be executed on the spot. On the spot, mine.
The shard is Elysium, yeah.
Oh no, my temptation was to bust out the window and just climb up to the 69th floor and then
I mean,
bust
that's-
through the window there.
Also problematic, but for a different
Yes.
reason.
Yes.
Takat, you step forward.
Yeah, I step forward to this individual, kind of one looking down at them. I have rested a long time. I do not need your games.
You know, it's something interesting. This ghoul appears completely unbowed, and there's something in its eyes beyond the beyond just being a ghoul, and certainly beyond the normal. It's as though it's being directly
Manipulated.
influenced by something else.
Can I use my Auspec Sense the Unseen?
Yeah.
It says cost free, but then it also has a dice pool. So do I roll the dice pool?
I think it's like
The dice pool is usually to object for him to clash with. If you're just trying to sense like somebody who's invisible, then you roll against that. But if you're trying to sense something specific,
Okay.
Yeah. Give me a roll on this one, because it is something. So something is resisting, essentially.
Okay. So I have. Hang on. Then that's. Point. 3 successes.
Okay.
One of them's 10.
Yeah. So no crits, but 3 successes is pretty good. You can see that the source of this influence is coming from the floor above. It's a direct control of this ghoul, and someone else is seeing and speaking through it.
I just put a hand on Takatatet and whisper that in their ear.
I nod. Thank you. I'm going to look at this individual now, knowing that there's someone else in there, and I'm going to do Dread Gaze. So it costs 1 rouse check, and it's Charisma Presence versus Composure Resolve.
Ooh, okay. Let's do it.
So do I have to roll a rouse check first?
Yes, I think so.
Okay. That's an 8.
rouse checks are piss, mate. They're nothing.
Easy game when you guys are rolling nothing less than 8s and 9s on it. And so now we roll the dice pools.
Yes. So what did I say? It was presence, charisma presence. Charisma. What has presence? Oh, presence is my thing. I crit 1, and I got 1, 2, 3, 4 successes plus 1 crit. Well, no, it's got a 10. Is that a crit you said?
Yeah, you need 2 10s for crit.
Yeah, two tens make a crit.
Then just 3 successes then.
4.
4? Oh, okay.
Still
Oh,
4?
4.
No,
then.
yeah, 4, yeah.
Oh, okay then.
No problem.
I'm like, on my other screen, like, what does that say?
Yeah. Right. So, okay, you gaze deep into the eyes of this, sensing the presence of something else. Usually, when you do this, everything sort of withers before you, but you sense that your gaze is matched by another's.
Let us up. I am
The ghoul speaks.
Menhet.
If you are who you say who you are, then you'll have no trouble reaching us.
I'd like to
And
use my insight to find out. I have a specialty in desires. I want to find out what this person wants us to do, what they want.
Sure, yeah. Give me that roll.
Okay, so I'm rolling the insight itself and an extra for a specialty. I've not done this before.
So you could do manipulation plus insight. So attribute plus skill is usually the rule.
Okay. That's D10s. Roll the right dice this time.
Game gets a whole lot harder on D6.
58, and I'm not 1, 2,
Look for
3,
sixes.
4, 5, 6. Yeah.
8 successes.
Oh yeah, and so this isn't necessarily too hard for you to judge. I mean, this is quite clearly a test. Now, it's not uncommon for the prince, upon meeting new kindred, to throw a few tests their way to prove themselves worthy of sort of direct contact with the prince. Princes often work through proxies and agents. And it sounds like this prince has probably heard, at least up to count maybe of a couple of you guys. But it's still fun to make sure you've still got it.
Mm-hmm.
While they're doing this, can I nudge Ulrika and be like, hey, you fancy a climb? Yeah?
Yeah.
We'll just back away towards the lift while they're having a fight of eyes. We're just going to go up the fucking cable to the floor 67 and then get out.
All right, you guys are headed off. You're going to attempt to climb the shard.
Oh god.
I mean, we're climbing a metal cable. We're not climbing the outside of it. We're not insane.
Sure.
Elevator shaft. Yeah. Ulrika looked at the party with all these
Suddenly
young people and
becomes
just
a-
like, ugh. So this
Yeah.
sounds better.
Youngsters. All right, so as Ulrika and Jacob are headed off, and the rest of you face down this ghoul, we're going to have to wait until next week to get to that particular Die Hard episode where Jacob and Ulrika gets stuck in an elevator shaft trying to in the shard.
Honestly, I don't know how you think this is actually going to be even slightly difficult. We're going to climb up the metal thing. She's going to open the door up the top, and we're going to step out. It's a rope.
This is. I mean, you're imagining that no other vampire has considered this before with this test.
Oh no!
And
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying if we want to get to floor 67, the easiest way up would be the rope that leads to floor 67. This is the shard. It's not magical. It's not a magical.
This is where they
Chosen
discover.
to climb an
Goodness me.
elevator shaft when Will has a pocket failure that he can put on anyone at any time.
I'm sure it'll be fucking fine. I don't think there's going to be any problems at all. And I
Yeah,
don't see why
No,
you
no,
need this way
they've
out.
coated it in garlic.
none of your plans have
Oh
gone wrong.
no!
And lasers.
The last heist went really well.
Lasers, no.
My
Yeah,
mortal
that's-
enemy.
The garlic
Like Resident
lasers.
Evil fucking movie all over again. Oh no, there's zombies everywhere. Everyone dies to lasers in like the first 10 minutes.
Well, that's all we got time for today. If you enjoyed tonight's show, let us know. Definitely go check out Fall of London. We're playing through this Chronicle with a whole lot of fun. We're sponsored today by Modifius Entertainment and Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition. So go check those guys out. If you want to play through this Chronicle and get up to the shenanigans of your own coterie, go ahead and do so. And of course, as per usual, check out fantasygrounds.com. Go download our virtual tabletop of choice where we do all our dice rolls, maps, tokens, and all that good stuff. But let's get around the cast and the crew. Did we enjoy ourselves? Where can we find you guys online? Let's start with Adam. Cool. How was that tonight?
Oh, that was brilliant fun. Super good times. Particularly enjoyed the museum heist gone terribly wrong. That was brilliant. I'm looking forward to die-harding up this fucking lift as well. Yeah, this has been super fun. I'm Call of Cthulhu. I stream full-time on Twitch under that name. I stream horror games.
Sweet. And Jess.
Hi, I'm Jess. You can find me here on Tuesdays over on Scraticus Academy, on Thursdays, and on my channel all the time doing video games and TTRPGs. We're finishing our Girl Underground series. We're doing Blades in the Dark, all sorts of stuff like that.
Fantastic stuff. Amelia.
Hi. Hello. I'm Amelia Taylor. I am a voice actor for video games, and I am physically capable of smiling. I am going to be over on my Twitch channel again. I've just started streaming again. So Friday is the next one, 7 p.m. UK time. Jay Britton and I are going to be playing the horribly appropriate Table Manners, which is basically Surgeon Simulator meets a dating site. It's going to be interesting. So it may be more decimation than occurred in the museum tonight. Who knows?
Museum was fine.
Yeah, everything was great. Well done.
We don't talk about
Slow
the museum.
golf clap.
For my part, just fine, actually.
So come along and play and watch us shoving chocolate-covered strawberries into each other's faces for no apparent reason. And then I'll be back here on Monday playing the Crown Lands, our Game of Thrones game, playing the very different to Lillian, Tyler Tremaine, who is far too nice and is utterly doomed.
It's the best way to be.
Yep.
Fantastic stuff. Pro Restarter, same questions.
Hey, super good game today. Really enjoyed it. I love the kind of intimate scenes that I had with Rahat and Lillian. Also, just the shenanigans that the other three got up to, and just being like, "Yeah, we did it! Silent high five!" Yeah. So super great. Coming for next week, I am Pro Restarter. You can catch me on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram, all under the same name. I'm doing some stuff on other people's channels. I have just started a new Taudori D&D game, and also some secret recording stuff with Rahat over there that's been going on. That's super fun. But yeah, coming for next week. And Die Hard, and then orders.
I really want Jacob to scream at some point, and for some reason it sounds exactly like that alarm.
We need to work that in somehow. It's got to happen.
Stub his toe or something.
For like 20 minutes. Oh no,
So
yeah,
someone
fair
turns
point
him off.
actually. You made a good point actually, yeah.
Super cute.
Sorry, my bad.
I see it now. Fantastic stuff. Who's next? Lindy.
It's me. Hi. So that was super fun. The museum was fine. She showed the most restraint she's probably gonna show all season. So you're welcome. And I can't wait to see where this all goes. I loved Kat getting really upset that we weren't allowed on the floor immediately. That was fun. And just everybody kind of teaming off with one each other, having conversations, getting to know the characters better. Really enjoyed that. You can find me online at Laugh Love Lindy, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, etc., where I stream and play a lot of tabletop RPGs. And you can find me in about 2 hours on my channel streaming some Ravenloft stuff. And you should tune in on Thursday right here for Unhallowed Metropolis. I won't be playing because I'll be in the car all day, but you should check it out nonetheless because it's going to be great.
Fantastic. And then last and most least, Gareth.
Like always, this is the only place you can really see me. I'm the Igor to Will's Dr. Frankenstein. But I do have an actual play podcast now. It's called The Murder Hobros. You can follow us on Twitter. We're up to episode 6. Episode 7 will be out soon. Lots of you are leaving good reviews and stuff on iTunes and stuff. It's really, really good to see. My friends are super happy, and yeah, it's really good. It's going well. Thank you for all your support, and hopefully some more of you check it out.
Fantastic stuff. All right, well, that's all for me tonight. I'm going to be back in, like 50 minutes on the Cobalt Press Twitch channel. So if you want to come and see us playing D&D from 8 to 11 with the wonderful, inimitable Dan Dillon from the Wizard of the Coast D&D team. He's going to be DMing us through some Midgard adventures. So come over there, hang out with us, follow that channel, follow this channel if you haven't yet, and you can follow us on the socials as well, Twitter @EncounterRP if you want to keep up with all the good stuff we're doing over here. But thank you guys for watching. Until next time, transfer all 2 net ones. We want to be there laughing when you do. Good night, everybody. Bye.
Got a Christmas sex at the end.